I know about 3 things that happened this week. I can talk about 2 of them, and also there's a Starship. It's time for the Flame Trench. Y'all strap in because luckily I've got some help here today.
And here we go. We have liftoff.
Propulsion continues to be nominal.
RCPA chamber pressure looks good.
Traveling up. Roger, planet.
Water towers fly!
Tango down to nominal.
Fighting downside SC off. Bring in SC off. It's orange!
Orange 25! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Decollage. What is it? Put that in the big bag,
343 unfolds to go.
Indeed.
We rise together, back to the moon and beyond.
This methane will be igniting in the flare, correct?
Yikes. You good? Sure. We don't need any more of these.
Yes. Here we are, folks. It's time for the Flame Trench. It is a potential launch weekend. You know the drill. Let me know if you can hear and see me. I already see 5x5s in chats because, of course, you do know the drill. I'm Das, of course, here to be talking about some stuff. I have been on the road a lot this week, though, so I have to have some help. That was sort of what I was alluding to in the opener there. Luckily, I'm not alone here to talk to you about Starship and whether or not it may launch on Sunday or whether or not it's going to be wet on Sunday. I've got some friends with me. Please welcome to the show. Also, Mr. Jack Byer. Which side is he going to be on? Ha.
Hey, I'm on this side.
That one.
Oh crap!
How's it going, Jack?
I forgot the book. Wait, hang on.
Wait, do over. Wait, go back.
Yeah, go back.
It's green screening your book, by the way. Like,
Is it?
there's like a hole in your book. So anyways, I got my friend with me today, Jack. How's it going, Jack? I swear if they change sides.
Oh, hey. Yeah, it's going all right. No, it's definitely gonna be wet. It's gonna be wet on Sunday. If you're coming to Starbase for the launch, definitely be prepared for wet weather. Hopefully they can thread the needle. But hi everybody.
Excellent. And we've got Jack, of course, down at Starbase over on the Florida coast. Yeah, Mr. Sawyer Rosenstein. Sawyer, how you doing? Show me this side. Nice.
There we go. Boom. Nice job
Yes.
with the pointing. Doing good. Had a little surgery a couple days ago. I'm okay. All is good.
All right.
But, chat, if I start slouching forward like this, please yell at me in chat because I need to be more upright. So you're on
More
posture
upright.
patrol with me, okay?
We need to keep Sawyer in the verticated position today. So we need something to spam in chat. Is there an emote that we could spam that would remind you to stay vertical, Sawyer?
We need like
a
the breaking news stinger. It's like vertical sword.
we just need a transporter or erector emote.
A transporter erector emote.
Also good.
No slouching. It's Sawyer, no slouching. Sawyer, no slouching. You got to say it 3 times fast.
Swiper, no swiping, yes.
You said posture patrol, by the way.
I did. I'm proud of that.
Let's hop right into it here. We've got lots of stuff to talk about. But I'm super curious that the show is structured this way. But the first thing on the list says we're going to talk about Starship. Y'all know the drill. If you've got questions for us, tag us in chat, either at NASASpaceflight. I think now you can just do at NSF. We'll go into our cool little panel once it's linked so that we can answer some questions for you. If you ask a question that's like not anything what we're talking about, we might not get to it. We may try to save it till a time that it's relevant. Either way, we'll try to get to as many questions as we can. Also going to try to read some real chat, like Aaron Quake actually asking when the patch is. Like I said, I've got 10 patches in a stack here. I didn't tell anybody I was doing that, by the way. And we'll try to answer some questions for you over there. Also, you do things like super chats and stuff like that. We can keep the shows going because y'all keep showing up. You don't have to toss any money in the hat or anything like that. All you need to do is just be here with us and chat and watch and send it to your friends or whatever like that. But if you do a super chat, we'll, on occasion, thank you for your support. Don't want to make the whole show about it, but we do want to let you know that we greatly appreciate the fact that y'all make it so that we can do this thing, right? Wouldn't happen without y'all. So anyways, that's the housekeeping. Did I miss any housekeeping? I'm a little rusty.
Questions.
Questions.
Do you
Tag
have
us.
any questions? And
Yes.
now, Das, you may know already, at NSF works in chat too.
Jack is not listening to anything
Yeah,
I
he
say.
said
is
that. He already
Jack
said
is just
the questions
tuned
they
right
can be
out.
at NSF.
Am I on a delay?
Are you on a delay?
I think your brain might just be on a delay.
I think I
Are
was
you listening? Are you listening to Discord, Jack?
I am now.
All right, you are now. Cool. All right. Hey, can we kick it off with a question? There's one from Steve Kalovic here. I think this is for you. Any special camera equipment rentals for IFT? IFT. For this IFT? For this
said
flight?
it.
Let me translate for you, Jack.
No, actually. On this one,
Yeah?
no. Not renting anything crazy. I have been slowly amassing additional gear.
Nice.
So on this one, I think I'm set. The one thing I did want to rent this time around would have been a nice big prime lens, but
Mhm.
you know, you gotta pick and choose. And
Yeah.
this isn't a booster return, and it's not a ship catch. So
Yep.
I'm kind of like keeping the money in the bank for when it's needed further down the line. I really do want to. Well, I have some ideas, but they're not going to be on this particular flight. And you know, maybe that's for the best given the weather. Like I'm being very hopeful and optimistic that it'll be a beautiful launch. We'll get some cool storm lighting, you
Yeah.
know, and that everything will go great. But it's one thing to rent gear and put it out for a rocket launch. It's another thing to rent gear, put it out for a rocket launch, and also know that it's going to be like thunderstorms the whole time.
Absolute
You know what
soak fest the entire time, you
Right.
know.
Right.
That's such a big part of it, like the math. We have to do calculus every time we put out equipment, rent equipment, buy equipment, whatever. There's risk. It may get destroyed. Every one of us has lost significant amount of equipment because we put it out for launch. So every single thing is a calculation. So Jack, like what you said makes perfect sense. No ship catch, no booster catch, rain, weather's not looking too great. We're going to get more into that. We'll be looking at radar maps and stuff like that in a little bit. You just got to do the math and see if it makes sense to put the chips on the table for this one or hold them back for the next one.
Yeah, that said, I do have like 8 DSLRs and various cameras. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be no shortage of cameras from myself on this one, and I am just one small part of the team. So not going easy on Flight 10, but you know, you just got to pick and choose what time to put your chips on the table and what time to hold them, and whatever the metaphor is.
Fold them, hold them, walk away, run. I think there's drinking involved, but anyways. Also, Space Pope blessed the trench with $50 and a red Mars there. Blessing to the NSF crew and this trench. Do we have like a saying or something there? Jack did that. What is it?
I mean, sometimes they'll do it. The producers will do. Oh, did you thank the producers?
He
DOS?
did not.
We're supposed to do. Don't we do that at the end? That's like an end thing. The producers haven't even done anything yet.
Oh,
Ouch! What about the pointing
hey.
to the box? What about the box
They gotta
pointing?
earn things. What do we just hand it out?
Hi,
You
producers.
pointed to a box, and Jack appeared in that box. That's a producer thing.
Jack Buyer LLC does not condone the comments being made currently by
the box just
Dawson
switched.
Corp.
That's a
The
producer thing.
stream just stops and goes black, and you can't hear anything for a little while.
Just goes to bars and tone.
LOS.
No. Oh, no. Wait a second. Well, today pressing the buttons is Jay Keegan. And was Kevin there, or was Kevin just showing off his back channel? was Kevin helping us? Yes. What is that, the producer feed? I don't understand what that is.
They're giving us bars and tone as punishment.
That should be on
Jay's-
Dawson's feed instead, yeah.
Jay's pressing the buttons today. Anyways, of course, every time we do this, we can't do it without a team of people making things happen. Did I just get kicked from Discord?
No,
I
you're
think
good.
I'm
You're good.
No.
All right.
But yeah, sometimes the producer will do like a sound effect for Space Pope.
Yes.
They might not have that up and running at the
Yes.
moment.
I almost. Hey, it's Kevin. Michael
crap.
Reed.
Run!
Oh. I was going to let it build up over the course of the show, as they did excellent work, as they always do.
They always
then I was just
do.
going to like release it all at the end of the show in one huge deluge instead of a trickle across the entire show.
You know, here I am cleaning my studio, and I'm walking around and listening to the show, and I realize DOS didn't thank the producers.
God.
I did good. I did good, right, Kevin? I called him on it.
You know, Jack, you were early today, and you thanked the producers.
Wow.
go.
I'm going to let you guys go about the show, and I'm going to go back to cleaning my studio. Bye.
Time out. I didn't hear Jack thank the producers. I just heard Jack get onto me for not thanking the producers.
Thanks,
and I'd like to
producers.
point out those are two different things.
That's true.
The host job, isn't it?
And by the
You're
way,
so off
Carson
the
is
rails.
also assisting Jay
Carson's here
today
too.
because we are running 3 servers for this stream today.
Thank you, Carson, as well. Now that we've got that out of the way, and we know the producers will hopefully not shut down the show in the middle of the whole thing, Starship. We talking about Starship first?
We can. I mean, I sort of wanted to hear more about the neutral buoyancy laboratory stuff
Oh,
you did with Alicia and Dee, but you know, we can do it. Das, we control the rails here. Like, if you want, here, look, watch. Are you looking at the
What
dock?
rails?
Look at the dock. Look at
The
the dock. Here we go.
rails?
What rails?
The rails?
Hang on.
Here we go.
Rails?
I'm in the document. Oh, bam! Where'd that go? Oh, I don't know. Hey,
You just
delete it?
deleted
Hey, look, it's-
everything.
hey, look, it's down here now.
I don't even know what the second topic is. Now everything's like
Yeah, what did
changed
you
around.
do?
Okay, I undid it. I undid everything. It's all undone. I'm
What
sorry.
else are we
I've gone mad with power.
You've gone mad with access to a Google Doc.
And
Congratulations.
Chad has no
Chad.
idea what we're talking about, but we have a doc with all the lineup for the show and assets for the producers, and Jack just went in and destroyed it.
I fixed it.
Undestroyed it as well after
All
destroying
right.
it.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's start with a guessing game as to whether or not there will be new Starship information on Sunday. And then we'll move on to things that may happen after we do or do not get new Starship information, technical or not technical. I wonder how much the information will jiggle is probably something you could bet on Sunday. And then we'll go into the flight and the weather forecast and that sort of stuff. And then I don't want to start the show with, by the way, did I tell y'all I was at the NBL? It was really cool. It just says Sunday.
Yeah, because
Dot
the
flex.
tweet he's responding to is,
It has some
Okay.
grok imagery.
yeah, let's go with that. But yeah,
Grok
Sunday.
imagery.
I don't know, Das. I think my question back to you would be, how? Oh God, I didn't level this camera yet today. Sorry.
Oh,
Hey,
the
look,
door's
it's a
opening
ship.
though.
It's a ship
Is
in
it
the right
actively
spot.
opening?
It is. So now I wonder if we'll see the Starlink loader box roll out. But yeah, how do you define new information, Das? Because it's been billed as a technical update,
Yeah.
and I would love that, and I'm hoping for that, but I remain skeptical that we'll get that until we have it.
Until we have it, I like it. Folks, in case you aren't sure what we're alluding to here, Elon has given a couple presentations, right? And last time Elon said there was going to be a presentation, there were some glitches or timing didn't work out and things with the actual launch. It was very much up in the air, so it didn't happen live on X the way it was originally built, is the right way to say it, right? So everybody's wondering, like, hey, we're going to get another one, we're going to get another presentation here before Flight 10. And Elon had said there would be something. And when someone got his attention, he responded to the tweet that we just had on the screen there, or he responded with the tweet that we just had on the screen there, and just said Sunday. So we're talking about Elon giving a presentation, and then in that presentation, do we get new information about Starship status, roadmap, timing, where they are, any new technical information about improvements to Raptors, or what are they going to do to make the ship not explode, or whatever, right? Like, are we going to get any of this information? That's what we're alluding to here. So Elon's response was just Sunday. And it didn't have a whole bunch of context around it. It was just somebody who got his attention, we'll leave it at that. And then Elon responded Sunday. Like that. Now, my question, Jack, you're sort of questioning whether or not it's are we going to get new information? Is it going to be the same inspirational sort of speech versus technical details? That's sort of where you were going, right?
Yeah, and I mean, it's. I think Elon himself has tweeted and said, you know, it's a Starship technical update. Like that has been in how it has been described.
Right.
Granted, this most recent tweet was just a single word that said Sunday, but at least
Sunday.
now we know when notionally it will happen. Of course, as I've said many times over the years on our streams, an Elon tweet does not reality make. I mean, they could decide to just not do it on Sunday for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I hope that given the nature of the messaging around this presentation that we do get a bunch more technical details, like what's going on with HLS, what's going on with refilling, what's going on with in-situ resource utilization, what's going on with crew, like so many questions.
The
right,
whole roadmap to Starship
Yeah.
being involved with human, et cetera, et cetera.
Right. And
Lunar
it's like,
exploration, Mars.
I think we all know, and oh look, a lift is rolling up. I think we all know and agree that we should make life multiplanetary, and that we need to have a big inspirational project for some. Like, we all agree with all the inspirational talking points, and
Yep.
sure, rehash them. But like, let's get into the nitty gritty.
We're hungry.
I don't know, Sawyer. Yeah, Sawyer. What do you think? Like, we'll get that? Maybe. Please say yes.
Ding, ding.
Can Sawyer will it into existence?
Ding, ding. I don't think we will. Here's the
You
thing.
don't think we will?
There's some precedent that was set. Remember last flight, we were in the stakeout stream, and we were like, oh, Elon's going to be giving this big update at 12:30. It's going to be a big update. Now it's a little later. Actually, he just canceled it, and they're going to post a video thing a couple days later.
Yeah.
I would expect to see the same thing, especially given the potential weather and whatnot, that they just go, you know what, we'll post something on the website after, or on X.
Yeah. I guess we will find out on Sunday, and it might even be the sort of thing where it's a little slippery or whatever. Hopefully we get something. Hopefully it's streamed live on X so we can actually participate versus just being done for employees in the factory or something like that, right?
How about they invite media? I mean, I know we're media, and so yes, I'm very self-serving in saying that.
Yeah.
Hey, look at me, I want to take pictures and see inside the Star Factory. Sorry. But really, like, they have done updates in the past, and they have invited media, and they've also done updates in the past and not invited media, or only invited very small amount of cherry-picked media. So who knows? Like, we would love to be able to cover it, and I would love if they invite it doesn't have to be me, anybody from NSF. Could be you, could be Mary, it could be whoever.
I mean, if they want it streamed on X, we can do that. Like, as it turns out, we just get Elon to go stand at Highway with us and just give the technical presentation at Highway.
Can you imagine? We'd probably get some great details.
Probably. Rather be in the factory, though, but I know we have a better uplink at Highway than potentially inside the factory. Virtual field trip. I'm game. You know,
Yep.
We got experiences with little-known places such as the NBL.
Yeah, and streaming all over Starbase. But yeah, a media invite and a Q&A of some kind would be really cool. That's also, like, in the employee-only ones that we've seen in the past, it appears that there, like, has been at least a Q&A with the employees, but they'll cut that off, the video, or end the stream or what have you at that point. So, like, even a little bit of Q&A from media, like, I think back to oh man, was it the first full stack ahead of launch?
Oh, yeah.
And they did that presentation with the Raptors out front.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the questions, I mean, you all know how Q&As go. Even when you try really hard to vet the questions for a Q&A, you know, someone's going to ask about the toilets, someone's going to plug their own thing in the guise of a question.
You want to come see my van?
Yeah, right. Like, ultimately, though, a Q&A is good for more information getting out there. Even if we get little drips and drabs, like, I'll take it.
Yeah. We'll take whatever we can get, I think. But I guess we'll find out by just being around Sunday. Of course, we'll be live the entire time. We're going to spool up a Starship stakeout just like we always do. And so if more information comes in or something like that, we'll see what we can do to share that with you as part of the Starship stakeout. As long as we don't get any information that they're not going for Sunday. Seems like they are. Talk about that in just a second, but that's we'll be there. We'll be live looking at what's happening, and if more information comes out, we'll certainly analyze it. Probably do a video if it's juicy enough, etc., right? Chat, what do y'all think? Do you think I think we all agree we're ripe for more information. Our back channel heartily agrees that we're ready for more information. Do y'all think that we'll get any more information this weekend, or do y'all think it's like, Into the
Home
background,
Planet says the call or question screener needs to be an ace. That's true.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
If they got Chris G on as the question screener, we're gold. Not because it's former NSF, but because Chris G knows his stuff.
Yeah,
we could still get no questions in as NSF, but Chris G, I have faith in the man. Like, he knows what he's talking about, so he would pick good questions to be asked.
It also does give us a better chance of getting a question in there.
Oh, be quiet. No such restriction.
I wish.
Sorry, making this up.
Yeah, I don't know for certain.
It's interesting. Like, even if you screen the questions, if you allow them to take the microphone and ask the question, they can always modify the question slightly. Right. And what are you going to do? Like, drag them out in handcuffs or something? If they say, like, oh, hey, here's the question I asked, but also come see my van or whatever, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, I imagine there's a level of access journalism at play in there where, like, I don't know. I've never been to a shareholder meeting, but I imagine if you're in, like, say, an NVIDIA or Apple or whatever big tech company shareholder meeting, and then you get to ask a question as a reporter, and you ask some, self-serving or asinine thing,
yeah.
you're not going to get invited to the next shareholder meeting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you are, you're definitely not going to get asked to ask a question at the shareholder meeting. So
I feel like we are so sensitive to it because if somebody gets up and asks a completely off-the-wall question that doesn't have anything to do with anything, we're like, you're wasting our time. Like, come on, we have real questions we want the answer to, not whatever this self-promotion was or whatever. But I guess that's why we talk about it a lot.
That gets me so angry when I'm in a press conference. I have my hand up and you just hear someone go, so what does this mean for something totally unrelated to this program? I'm like, oh my God, please.
Tell us about the astronauts again. And it's like, sir, this is a Wendy's.
Yeah. Somebody asks about politics, and it's like, bro, time and place. Like, come on.
Yep. Hi, Elon, big fan. So, horses on Mars? Good idea, bad idea?
Great idea.
Actually, I'd like to hear the answer to that. I feel like Elon would if he hasn't already thought of that sort of stuff, he would probably think through it. You know how he pauses and looks at the air sometimes when somebody asks him an interesting question?
Yeah. You know what I bet? I bet the route he would take it is Tesla EV horse, because then you don't need to feed it or deal with the waste.
Oh, jeez.
That's legitimately like how are you going to get around Mars? It's basically a giant Wild West planet. Why not have a mechanical horse?
Why not have a mecha horse that can run around?
But then how many horsepower would that be? Is that still 1 horsepower, or can you make a 3 horsepower 1 horse power?
We're going to have to relitigate what a horsepower is.
I feel like androids are supposed to be more powerful than humans, and they're running and jumping and like bending steel bars and stuff. So the horsepower, maybe it's a horsepower and then a mecha horsepower. Right? You just design a new unit where it's like, this is 1 million horsepower. A mecha horsepower is 1 million horsepower.
Yeah. It's like a ton and a metric ton, like they're slightly different. I'm glad we're ironing this. This is really important.
A mile and a nautical mile. If you don't know, you've joined the Flame Trench. It's our weekly Friday show. Not particularly scripted. Basically, there's a doc that says you should talk about these things that happened, and sometimes we do. In between, there's a windy, twisty path of us talking about all sorts of other stuff. We read some chat. We have some fun. But that's the Flame Trench for you. Have we adequately covered? I think we have. We've adequately covered the presentation. Should we move on to the status of what's on the screen right now? Because the door's open?
Yeah, Z16 Jim's asking, are we seeing ship 37 or 38? That's 37, my guy.
That's like Mega Bay 2 right across from the main prod site entrance, right?
Sure enough. And so it looks like 37 was moved off of the stand on the left side of Mega Bay 2 and moved onto a transport stand sort of dead center. So now it looks like some lifts are going up, and I'm sort of wondering if they're going to be loading the dummy Starlings at this point. They did do a test with that loader box that's been around forever, but that test they did was with 38. So it doesn't seem like they're going to use the box in this case. They're going to just do that same sort of interim setup where they sort of have a sling and they load the Starlinks in that way. But I don't know. Maybe they're already on there and I'm wrong.
For a second there, Jack, it was like, guess the type of vehicle from this little postage stamp super zoom part. It's like, what is it? It's probably a big truck. What type of big truck? Is it a tanker? Is it a box truck? What is this thing? And then you saw the hose. Oh, yeah, is it a lift? What is it? You saw the hose on your side and you're like, all right, it's one of those cement pumping trucks.
Who's that trucking?
Oh my God, Sawyer!
Can we turn off his mic?
No, I love it. Can we add that as a segment into Starbase Update? Like, what's that Truckamon?
Who's that Truckamon?
Yeah, and then we come back from the break and it's like, it's a street sweeper.
I love this.
We put the YouTube, like the commercial breaks, right? We put the sponsor integration. Right. That's a good new way to introduce a sponsor integration slot. It's like, out at Starbase, who's that Truckamon? But first, a word from our sponsor, Tank or whatever.
Yeah. Then we come back and it's like, it's a mosquito spray ATV.
By the way, Jack, might I say that the Raptor video that came out was fantastically done? Can I say that?
I take no credit. I take zero credit. I appreciate the feedback, and I'm glad you say that. But that was all Alex and Ryan. I take zero credit for the excellence of that video, and I agree. It's a great video.
You did a good job saying all the words, though. Like, that's got to count for something, man.
Thank you. I'm a good word sayer. I'm able to take that compliment. Thank you. But really, Alex, that script. Oh man.
How long have we been working on that?
Back when they were still firing ships on the suborbital pads, we got some good slow-mo footage of static fires. And I think, me or somebody in one of the meetings was like, hey, we should do a video about Raptors since we have some sick static fire slow-mo footage. That's how long ago.
And what, like 3 millennia later, it's like, what's going to happen next? A Mars transfer window or the Raptor video being released?
Indeed. Yeah, October 2023, says Ryan. It happened with Ship 26. Yeah, wow. Oh, God. What is time? But that video's been a long time in the making, and the point being is...
It's a ton of work.
It's a ton of work, and that the script has gone through so many changes, and Alex really put in the work to make sure the script was tight and interesting and correct. So, again, I just said the words.
You just said the words.
Ryan and Alex did a great job, and if you haven't seen that video already, definitely check it out because it's a great way to get up to speed on Raptor if you're not already.
Yep. And let's see if one of the mods or somebody can get a link to that video and drop it in chat. If I missed it, it already went by. Well, what's the harm in doing it again, right? But for real, you should open the video in a new tab and pause it or something like that. Come back later, watch it. Watch it in little bite-sized pieces. If you wanted to understand how the Raptors worked and like where all the bits flow and what spins and that sort of stuff, the video goes through all of that and how it refers to the... look at all those links. Nice. How it refers to the different tests we see. Like, here's how a preburner works and what happens inside the engine during a preburner. Here's a spin prime. Here's a this. If you actually light it, here's what happens. If you've ever really wanted to understand how that works, this is the video to watch because the team did an absolutely fantastic job putting it together and then keeping it up to or getting it up to date as new information came in and that sort of stuff. I cannot say enough that you want to check it out. So.
Yeah. Also, like Ryan leaked it in chat, so I can say that there isn't a 45-minute version of this video.
There is.
There was at least at one point. That's part of why the road to get here was so long, is because we kept trying to make it tighter and more interesting and shorter. But I'm saying this live on air because I think that 45-minute version of the script was also very good and had even more like excruciating levels of Alex detail, which I know a lot of people out there like, including me. So I don't know. I don't think this is a thing. I haven't even talked to anybody about this, but members, if you really want the long cut, maybe we put like the raw, unfinished long cut on the YouTube for members or something. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm just throwing this out there live on air. Sorry, everybody. That's an idea I had.
I was going to ask how much production it was lacking, right? Like is it like all the audio, the A cuts there, but the graphics and stuff like that aren't there in that 45-minute video? And if we just gave you 45 minutes of Jack A cut, which means that it's got Jack's voice all edited to have all the information, but it may not have all the assets and graphics and stuff like that layered in. Would that be something members would be interested in?
You know what that would be like, Das? Remember in the days of yore when you would get a DVD and you'd have extra features? And you could see like, oh, I'm going to look at the animatic, or I'm going to look at the storyboards, or what have you.
So cool.
And you go into it looking for extra content, understanding that it's not the movie that is on the DVD, but extra stuff in addition to that might be unfinished or a BTS or that kind of thing. Yeah, Disc 2, Universal Measuring Stick in chat. Disc 2. Anyway, just
Apparently,
an idea.
Use your remote to scroll around the features. Like, go ahead.
Ryan says, no, it is a full, proper B cut, so it's got the A-roll with the stuff on top with graphics, just some older information in it because this was probably, oh my god, aka Ship 36.
Probably oh my god. That's something we can look at. Like, that's something we do with the member program. If you're a member here on YouTube or you're over on L2, we post some things in the Discord back channel, right? And sometimes we have behind the scenes, we have members road trips and all sorts of stuff we do, but the full 45-minute cut of that Raptor video might be a thing. But the trick would be some things might not have been updated to the final release version, so there might be some information. Would we go back and spend days trying to edit it? Probably not, but Could we give it to you if you understood and like promised and like pinky sweared that you knew there would be some things that needed updating?
I mean, we could even have. I don't want to make more work for anybody, but we could have like a thing burned into it. You know, like if you're in Hollywood and you get a screener, so
Yeah.
you can't just throw that screener on Pirate Bay or whatever. God, I'm so old.
Wow.
Does Pirate Bay still exist?
I mean, it's been taken down 6 times.
You know, they'll burn in like the name of the production company or something like across the screen, so you can
Yeah,
still
yeah.
watch the movie and critique it, but you can't leak it unless one of those. We could do something like that. We could do all kinds of things, but if members want it, maybe watch the actual video so it gets good numbers, and then we'll know that you want to see the extra one.
Here's the deal. If you're a member and you want to see the longer cut, go to the real video
And say
and
in the
leave
comments,
a comment
Yep.
saying you would like to see the full members only cut. If we get enough people that are members that go to that video and comment that, maybe that's a thing. How's that sound? Sounds great, does.
I like it.
I don't think that's too. Do y'all think that's too cringy? Yeah, the
No.
video released. There's the video. Please submit your demands to the suggestion box on the Raptor video that Chris has linked in chat. That is our. It's even pinned. It looks like.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Do that. I'll go through. We'll try to respond to some of them. Jack, if you respond to some of them as well, we'll hop over there and. Which account was that from? That Jay,
Jay
is that a
Keegan's
Jay
account.
Keegan? Nice. Jay setting a good example there. Lead by example, I guess.
Good
But
job, Jay.
that's a thing to do. Of course, we're kidding. We really do want to. It might be cool to release that. We'll check with the producers and stuff to make sure that it's in a format that we don't want to have something in there that's totally wrong or something, right? But maybe outdated is fine. But let's move right along. Where are we at? 6:38 Eastern Time. We need to talk about the actual status of the ship and stuff. Was there one more thing we wanted to say? Hang on. Jack, tell us if
You're
there's still a
asking
ship out there or not.
You're asking the wrong guy if you want me to remember things I was going to say, because I'm king of forgetting it.
Look
There is
at
a
that
ship.
stuff.
There is a ship in Mega Bay 2, but as you can see by this live image of the launch site that was just there is no ship at the launch site. So the ship right now, 37 for Flight 10, still sitting at the production site, although it has been moved onto a transport stand, and now it looks like there are some lifts going up around it. Right there, you can see one of the larger Palfinger. I think that's what that is.
Yeah, the tall
that's not-
lift.
Yeah, I don't think it's a Palfinger, but that's one of those really, really, really tall ones. So
Yeah.
probably going to see some Starlink loading here, and then there is, if I'm not mistaken, a road closure for rollout of the ship tomorrow. That's Saturday as we record. I think 4 p.m. local is when that road delay is scheduled. So pieces are in place, Das. The ship's not at the launch site yet, but that's kind of trivial. It's more, I don't know, can you guys see the occasional drops of rain in front of all the cameras? And thankfully today, the rain has been intermittent,
Yeah.
but
That tropical,
see.
The tropical system that was trying to form has already mostly come through. This is like scattered stuff boiling up, isn't it?
that I am not a weather person, but I just look at the forecast and I'm like, oh geez, it says thunderstorms on Sunday.
Yeah.
And SpaceX threads the needle all the time, but definitely a watch item.
Yeah. Let me see if I can look here, because I'm curious. I feel like we've seen the rain coming through. In fact, earlier today we had a little bit of a comms drop from one of our links because the rain was so heavy it shut down the higher frequency link, and there was some pretty heavy rain in the area there. But I don't know that it seems like it's just bubbling up. It's not like there's a massive tropical storm brewing off the Gulf or anything like that. It's just typical August South Texas weather where it's sort of coming in and out, right? So we've got a ship. We see them doing work on it right now in the Mega Bay 2 there. Jack, like you were saying, potential to see some loads happening or final preps or whatever. Heat tiles, TPS, mostly looking good.
Yeah. Also, I saw you seeing those? You see what I'm seeing, man? You seeing those tiles on the back side of the flap there?
I'm looking.
It looks like they're doing some additional, flap tile testing. I'm sure there's a bunch of test tiles on the heat shield proper, but interesting that there's some tiles on the backside of the aft flaps. Like they've done that before. They've put tiles on random places before. But still interesting to see. Like hopefully they can get some good data from that. Maybe have a camera pointed at it or something during reentry. Should they get that far, please God.
Are you talking about the white? It almost looks like tape. It's not.
Yep.
It's huge. But you're talking about the leeward side of the flaps on the right-hand side of the screen there, right?
And left, you can see it. Look at the orange lift right below the orange lift. There's another patch of tiles right there too. And again, nothing new here. They've done this on previous flights, but it's interesting to point out that you know, not only are they clearly wanting to complete the heat shield that we can't really see right now, but they've also been adding, you know, test tiles on it as well.
Yeah, to various places. All right. So do we have a schedule? Because we know the booster's already out on the pad, right? It already rolled out. It got lifted onto pad 1, pad whatever. That's already good to go. We have the ship still in the Mega Bay. If I'm not mistaken, we have a schedule for the ship to actually roll out tomorrow?
Yep, that's correct. Tomorrow, 4 p.m.
Tomorrow, 4 p.m. All right.
You can see the road delay right there.
There it
It's looks like the window is 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. local, so they got plenty of time to do it. It'll only take them 45 minutes bird, 45 minutes or an hour to get it out to the launch site. So plenty of time. You know, if 4 p.m. comes around tomorrow and it's not rolling out right on the dot, not necessarily into the world. Although, Das,
Yes.
we do have a question here from oh God, did I lose it? Oh yeah, from Vasilis asking, up late at my UTC +3 for you guys, do you think Sunday's realistic, given that the ship's not moving at T-48?
We've seen SpaceX do too many wacky things. Sawyer, what do you think, dude?
I mean, every flight, they've been trying to get quicker and quicker with it. It used to be out there for weeks, then a week, then a couple days. So the fact that they want to kind of get it out there less than 24 hours or about 24 hours before flight,
Yeah.
it makes sense. They want to be able to get to that progress of get it out quick, get it on, and launch it. So I'm not surprised by that, and I don't think there's any worry. The biggest worry is the fact that if it does go that late in the window, we will not have any full stack imagery at sunset if it goes on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Like, if it goes out after sunset, we won't have any shots of Flight 10 full stack because it'll launch the next day, hopefully, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, basically the only thing we would have a chance to get is anything before the road closure at I think 11 or 10.
Yep, like a morning light.
Right, but also, Das, you know well that that's when we're doing remote camera setup and trailer setup and all kinds of stuff. So, unfortunately, on launch day in the morning, it is not the time for taking the time to take some really nice, beautiful pictures. I mean, definitely snap, 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 work, 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 snap, snap, snap. But it's a little different than finding the exact right spot for the sunset light, et cetera,
Yeah.
or sunrise, et cetera.
It's tough when it's busy. It's like, oh, I'm going to grab a selfie real quick or just grab my phone and take a shot or something versus going out and intentionally setting aside time to be able to do it. You're running around putting out other cameras before the road closes, right?
Can I just say, y'all, if you're coming to Starbase and you walk out, actually, no, don't walk out in the mud flats. It's going to be all water.
Yeah, don't do that. It's going to be wet.
How did it get the name mud flats then, huh?
And you're kind of hanging out in the scrum of people at the launch site ahead of launch.
Scrum.
Enjoy that. A lot of times, at least me, I'm sure you're the same way, Das. A lot of times when we're out here working on, the day before or 2 days before, we're working our butts off. We're trying to get everything nice and set for the stream.
Yep.
And we don't necessarily have time to hang out with all of our friends in the group of people. So if you are out here and hanging out with the crowd, enjoy that on our behalf because we're all going to be very busy and we generally don't have time to do that. But I see you. I see the groups of people. I see the clumps walking around and palling around and throwing the football on the flats.
Envious.
I'm like, that's cool. That's really cool. Enjoy it. Please, y'all, enjoy it so we can live vicariously through you.
Nice. That's good. That's a good shout out, Jack. So we've got time tomorrow for the ship to get rolled out, hopefully, right? Hopefully that happens. There's some weather, sort of scattered showers and stuff like that coming through, and sometimes that can slow things down or not, right? It's the whole thing with being out there on the beach in the open. You got to roll the stuff out. Of course, I don't know of any... Well, we don't really cover the type of rockets that launch from inside buildings. Those are other rockets. We like the rockets that launch from outside of buildings or submarines or whatever. But so they're going to be outside no matter what. Will the weather slow them down a little bit? I think we will have to find out. We were trying to see if we couldn't get our friendly weather guy through here. Adam, yeah, I think we might have Adam here to give us a little bit of a weather forecast. If y'all don't know Adam Suker, he's a storm chaser is probably the right way to say it. Runs around chasing down tornadoes and stuff like that. But because of that, there's like a skill you need to do that successfully is you need to know how to read the weather. Look at the maps, look at the charts, look at the wind shears, all that sort of stuff. So it may just be a couple of seconds. Are we good to bring in Adam here to tell us about the weather at Starbase this Sunday?
Yeah, do it. But also, they might open the payload bay door shortly. But yeah, let's talk about weather and also look at the payload bay door.
Nice. All right. Both of those things all together.
Nice intro there, Doss.
You like that?
I'm here. Yeah,
I made it up on the fly. How's it going,
You
Adam?
did-
Chat,
you
can
did
y'all hear
great.
Adam?
Hopefully.
I mean, I
Really get
called you a
5 off
storm
us?
chaser. Let's see if
Hey.
they can hear you just fine. Tell
That's-
Adam hello here.
Well, that's 5 by 5.
Yeah, good deal.
You're good, Adam. Go ahead.
So yeah, a lot of discussion with the weather. I know a lot of people are using their weather apps. They're looking at forecasts and they're seeing, 60, 70% chances of rain down there, and just like, oh no, it's a washout. It's over. Why are they going? Why are they trying? So I want to kind of explain that real quick. That every setup is different from one another. Not every storm setup is the same. This one is not like a cold front's coming in and we're going to get this squall line of rain and storms that's going to happen at a particular time and then it's gone and over with. And this is not like you were discussing earlier, Doss, this is not a tropical system that's like coming in and it's just going to rain days on end. This is a little bit different. We actually don't have a lot of steering flow. And what I mean by that is, for instance, one of the graphics I'm not going to show you today is the upper level wind forecast, because I do feel that for Sunday, Monday, or even Tuesday, any of those 3 days that they want to potentially launch, the wind directional shear is just very, very calm. There's actually not a lot there. So I don't see that being a problem. We have had that a problem in the past in spring when I'm like, ooh, the shear is really close and a lot of directional shears, a lot of forcing on the vehicle. But this time, no, that's not even what we're looking at. So I'm not even going to show you all that graphic, because wind shear aloft is not that big of a deal this time around. But what is a big deal is thunderstorms. And we have a radar graphic up right now showing you the live radar. Now, a lot of this extra green that's on here, that's actually called ground clutter. Not all of that is rain. But if you see where the yellows are and the reds and stuff like that, those are pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Pretty typical during the summertime. A lot more is happening just in the last few days here in South Texas, because the high pressure ridge is actually slid off to the west side of the United States, which has allowed us to kind of go in what we call a northerly flow. So there's actually a lot of northerly to northeasterly winds coming real lightly down across the state of Texas. With that kind of allows a boundary to be able to bubble up some thunderstorms through the afternoon and during the daytime. Each single day is going to be like that. So the reason why I have them pull up the current radar is, like you see right now, it's, hey, as we're getting, closer and closer to 6 o'clock hours, there's really not a whole lot going on. Maybe a few sprinkles and stuff like that, but not
Sort of
heavy thunderstorms. Yeah. So
yeah.
We're going to see that same kind of pattern probably persist day after day. Now, yes, Sunday does have a little bit higher of those rain percentages, 60, 70%. Doesn't mean it's going to rain all day. It's not meaning it's just a complete washout and we're done and over with. We could easily have where everything clears up. But the biggest question mark is when you get thunderstorms and you got lightning, just like up in McGregor, I know people there, they'll get in a lightning delay. You obviously, when lightning starts occurring, it can get very dangerous around a lot of propellants and stuff like that.
Yep.
So if you start getting thunderstorms, which there's a chance of thunderstorms to pop up during the day, even tomorrow. So like when they're trying to get ship ready and stuff like that, that could potentially cause delays, which could cause them to maybe not meet their goal of their time. And so all this adds up. And so I wouldn't just, look at just the launch hour in whole and say, hey, is it going to be clear during that time? There is a good chance it could be clear during the launch hour. But if it's not, if we got thunderstorms erupting through the day, that can slow their process up and take more time to actually be prepared to launch the ship. Now, it's hard to say exactly where each one's going to bubble up. They just kind of bubble up in random spots during this time of year. And here's the next thing. There's not a lot of steering flow, meaning when they bubble up, they normally sit in that area for a little while and it will be a heavy soaker. So you could have a day where Starbase gets nothing and it's just wide open and the storms are far enough or, spaced out 10, 15, 20 miles away. Or we could get one that just sits right over Starbase and dumps half an inch of rain, unfortunately, on them.
That's so interesting to hear because that's
Yes.
exactly what we've been seeing for the last week.
Exactly.
Like legitimately, it'll be blue sky, sunny in Starbase, and apocalypse in Brownsville, and then it'll flip flop, and then it'll flip flop again, and it's like microclimates or something. I don't know this stuff as well as you do, but
Yeah.
the way you just described it, that's exactly what we've been experiencing here for the last week.
Exactly. And that's gonna be the same thing for tomorrow, Saturday, same thing for Sunday. And yes, Saturday and Sunday has the higher percentage of rain chances because we do believe there's gonna be. But you also gotta remember that rain chance, if you look just at a forecast that says 70% chance of rain, that means over a 24-hour period. That could end up happening in the morning. It's dry by the afternoon. That could happen midday. From the computer models I'm looking at, it looks like, yes, during the daytime, about midday tomorrow, there could be some pop-up thunderstorms. Some of it should die off through the evening. And the same for Sunday. Sunday, there could be those pop-up thunderstorms. If that happens during the day, I don't know what their limit is. Like, do they pull back and go, okay, we're starting to have too many thunderstorms midday and we're getting close to propellant load time. Like they might want to go, oh, this is a little nerve-wracking, even though that stuff could calm down by the time the actual launch window opens. And so, but now the rain chances will start to slowly decrease as you go into Monday and Tuesday. Not completely go away, but they will start decreasing where there's not as much coverage. But I would say this is one of those things that a meteorologist is probably telling them right now. We're going to have to take it on the day of. Like they're going to literally go up that morning. They're going to get the latest weather model data through the morning. They're going to look at what actually is happening to make probably a better determination. If they think, hey, let's go ahead and I think we could try to sneak this in. But I really don't think they'll make that decision until the morning of, because they see too that this is not like a big pronounced storm system coming in where you can get timings down to dead center and exactly when storms are going to fire and exactly where they're going to be. So these are those pop-up ones that you're just going to have to really fine tune that forecast. And I was, Jay, if you could throw that one graphic up, I was going to show you the percentage just real quick of what each one is. So if you looked at this graphic, the dates are below there. The little green barb is basically showing the percentages of the potential, rain. So as you can see, it's like 40% up to almost 60% there on Saturday, right at 18 Zulu, which is 1 p.m. I know not everybody is knowing the Zulu time. 00Z is actually 7 p.m. on that same day. So, but as you notice, the rain chance goes up in the afternoon, goes down towards the night. So the darker lines are nighttime, the lighter lines are daytime. So you can see it's kind of like stuff's bubbling up during the daytime, but then it's suppressing as you get later into the afternoon. So this is more going to be, does a thunderstorm develop over them, slow out, but delay because of lightning? Or is this going to be, we just get lucky and they just comb it right in and storms stay just far enough away to be fortunate? But if not, each day, at least as you see, as we go to the right-hand side of that graphic, you can see that the chances actually start dropping off after Sunday. So Monday and Tuesday, the percentages go down a little bit. There's not going to be as much coverage. So worst case, if we can't sneak this thing in on Sunday, Monday looks like another opportunity. There'll still be a few thunderstorms around that could be within the area or right over them. So we'll have to watch that again. But at least the percentages go down after that. So
yeah. That's one of the tricks here, like trying to see a launch like this, right? You want to know if it's going to go or not. And Adam, you mentioned if there's a front coming in, the front moves, we can sort of tell which direction it's going to move and how quickly it's moving and that sort of stuff. And you can be down to a set of 10 minutes, like that front's going to hit Starbase around this time, right? But that's not what's happening here. This is not a clearly defined front system. This is just bubbling up like you saw on the radar graph. And when it's bubbling like that, even the forecast, like you said, 70%, whatever, that doesn't mean 70% right over Starbase, right over the launch pad, or right over South Padre or whatever. That's for like a wider area as well, and it's aggregated over the entire course of a day because you just can't predict exactly where 2 days out a thunderstorm is going to bubble up. So it's the situation where we see SpaceX like pedal to the metal, everything looks like they're going for it because you really aren't going to know until a couple hours there before whether or not it's looking good or not. And Adam, I think that the salient point that you sort of mentioned there is, will daytime storms tomorrow on Saturday and then Sunday slow down the work that they need to do. Now on Sunday, you don't typically see a lot of lifts up around the launch pad and that sort of stuff. It's go day, right? But Saturday, is there additional work they need to do around that where there's lifts and they roll it out and they do some final things? And would thunder or lightning in the area sort of slow that work down on Sunday so that they can't on Saturday so they can't hit Sunday? Is that a fair summary of what we were just talking about?
Oh, that's perfect. And the only thing I have to add to that is another thing they might be watching too is obviously there's a cloud layer bearing that they have to be worried about too. So like say you get a thunderstorm that pops up. Well, I call it cloud debris. So when a thunderstorm bubbles up, it produces extra clouds aloft and those kind of blow over. You get those mid and high level clouds. So even if a thunderstorm is 10, 20 miles away, you can still get that blow off of storms. So if there's a cloud layer bearing that they're having to worry about of how many layers of clouds, static discharge because of the thunderstorms being around, that could be another thing too, that, if there's a thunderstorm within range of X amount of miles, that could cause a static discharge. We don't want to launch that either. So that's mainly what they're watching for this time. A lot of the other times it was wind shear and all that. That's not as big of a deal as these thunderstorms bubbling up and how close they are. So, great summary.
And how unpredictable they can be. Like you just can't tell if there's going to be one within 10 miles of the launch pad 2 days in advance. It just doesn't work that way.
Exactly, because I'm gonna gamble my odds, and I'm gonna go down there and watch in the morning, and start kind of giving my odds of do I really think we're gonna have a good day for it, or did we delay stuff on Saturday because of it? But I'm at least gonna gamble my odds that if it doesn't go, I got myself an extra day. For anybody that's going down there, it's nervous about the storms. Worst case, give yourself another day. I mean, Monday afternoon's another opportunity, and we could have a better weather day that day, and that gives them a little bit of time too if they start slipping back because of maybe even Saturday's thunderstorms, that causes any kind of delay. So just give yourself a little room in case there is a weather delay, because there's better days ahead.
Yeah, it's how it works. Like if you go down there and the launch gets slipped a day, well, oh no, you've ended up at the beach or the bar or the restaurant or whatever. You can find stuff to do around South Padre, around Port Isabel, that sort of stuff. Adam, we'll see you down there, man.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Do you know where you're gonna be watching from?
I'm actually going back and forth.
Back and forth. You're undecided so far.
Yeah, I think it really kind of depends on the weather. I kind of play that game every time I go down there. Cloud debris and this and that. I might not be in one location versus another, but regardless, I'll either be at one of our sites or down on the beach, one of the two, from South Padre or maybe one of our sites. So, yep.
Cool. All right, dude. Well, I think we've got the whole weather report in here. Again, folks, the voice you're hearing, that's Adam Suker. I said you're a storm chaser. I know you do that like sort of in part of your time. You also have jobs and stuff like that, but you want to be a storm chaser all the time, and you're really good at it. So Adam Suker here, breaking down the weather for a Sunday potential launch attempt. Adam, thank you so much for joining us, dude.
Thank you for having me.
Excellent. All right. Let's see here. Do we have some support to go through real quick, Jack?
We do. Really quick, Chris Roberts with a Capcom membership milestone says, SQR is Ship Quick Relocator. I've said it so many times now, I've used a milestone to do it. Please, I'm in the pub, so no idea how this may or may not be replied to, but best option so far. Unfortunately, I don't think it's that. I can't go further into detail there, but it's not that. But thank you for being a member for 34 months. That's outstanding.
It works from an enthusiast level, right? So you're like, sometimes we get to make up our own names. It might not be the official name, but it works for us, right?
I mean, the Pope vent, the pad ninjas, those were never official terms originally, and now everyone just uses them.
I think the difference may be that SQR probably does mean something specific versus nobody had a label on the Pope vent and we just called it the Pope vent.
Right.
I mean, the VAB is just the very awesome building.
The
right?
very
That's
awesome
means,
building.
So.
Jack, let's hit a couple more because I know I have neglected reading some of the support.
Once again, thanks to everybody for supporting what we do. Space Pope, we hit you earlier, but I'm going to say your name again. Bless you. Phil, thanks for gifting a Red Team membership. Echo Deal, thank you so much. They say, please keep Sawyer in the upright and locked position. Sawyer, where's your tray table? Where's your tray table?
Do you have a tray table?
I don't have a tray table. I don't know.
Okay, no, you're good. You're good.
We need a light that comes on, like a light that says Sawyer to the upright and locked position, like boom.
Yeah, like one of those
Wow.
lights when it tells you on the camera that you're live.
How close
That's
is
a
that
hook.
crane to the camera? Good grief. It's not very close. It's just
it's-
telephoto lens.
Yeah, foreshortening, but still, that was fun. Steve, asking, we hit that one earlier, asking about the rentals. Thank you, Steve. Eleanor, thank you for the support. They say you can do this. Ship 37, we believe in you. We do believe in Ship 37. Turtle Disestablishmentarianism Sanctuary.
What?
Love it.
They say, do you think it's too soon to think Ship 37 is rolling today? Yeah, there's a closure or a road delay tomorrow, so not today. We still got to get them Starlink dummies on there, I presume. XD9, thanks for gifting 10 Red Team memberships. That's outstanding.
Nice.
If your name turned green in the chat because you got a gifted membership, do the classic thing and thank the person that gifted it to you because they're helping you out. They're helping us out. They're being nice. Thank them. Thank you, XD9. Matthew, thank you. Lady May, thank you. Wilbo Baggins saying, I bless the Space Pope with a super chat there. Thank you, Wilbo.
It's like by the
Ninja.
transitive property of blessing, like Space
Right.
Pope gets blessed and then passes the blessings on to the
Oh,
dredge.
God. I haven't done math in
Is
so
it
long. Don't make
associative,
me.
transitive? I forget
I
which one
don't-
it is too.
Stop it.
Sawyer?
I went to school for journalism. I don't know.
Yeah.
You were journalism.
I point camera, push button. Don't ask about geometry or whatever that math that was.
Nice.
Ninja Decimator. Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Thank you for gifting the 5 Red Team memberships. We're so far behind us. I'm trying. Astro95 Media. That's Nate. What's up, Nate? See, upgraded all my remotes for this one, so hoping to put them to the test this weekend. Definitely bringing extra covers, though. See you, gents, at the rollout tomorrow. Heck yeah.
Covers, tape, bags, like everything. It's going to be a wet one, it looks like. Or it has
For real.
It has a 70% possibility of being a wet one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, it took me a long time being out here before I realized that I should go buy wading boots, basically. But you're going to want something that's not even a boot. You're going to want something that is more substantial, that will prevent water ingress. Because
Yeah.
even a boot, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get mud or slop up over a high top. Like, you need something like knee height. It's a huge improvement in quality of life out here. Like, I cannot
Yep.
stress to people enough, if you're coming out for this launch, please be prepared. This place is no joke. And I'm not even just talking about getting wet. I'm talking about being prepared to drive on Highway 4 when it's wet. I'm talking about being prepared to take shelter from lightning if that becomes an issue. Like, just, we all, we're all in this boat together. And I don't want anybody's fun time to be ruined because of inclement weather.
You can be in a boat, actually. Do we have information on on that?
I don't know.
I thought I saw Starfleet was talking about going out and then how that
They
affects the weather. I'm not sure if the
Starfleet
weather
is
is going to
planning
affect
on
that
it.
ability. Go ahead, sir.
No, I said sorry. Jake is coming here. Starfleet is planning on it. So
Yeah,
Awesome.
I did see some tweets about that. Speaking of ways to watch, if you're trying to come out and you're going to give it a shot, of course you can be over at South Padre Island. Isla Blanca Park is the public park. There's a parking fee to get your vehicle in and that sort of stuff. There's the beach area there at South Padre. Of course, there are hotels all along the area. I'll be at Margaretville, South Padre Island. We usually have like a command center there. Do some of the stream, do some of the commentary, because that hotel has some south-facing rooms that sees the launch pad directly. You sit there in the comfort of your air-conditioned room and watch the launch. So Margaritaville is a whole thing. But if you're looking for other places to watch from, our friends over at Rocket Ranch did a special thing for us, and I did not telegraph this to anybody, but Jack, we should talk about that right quick because we love the Rocket Ranch, right?
Yeah, the short version is there is a special code for the NSF family. NSF 50 will get you $50 off the tickets to their Rocket Ranch outpost location for viewing, which is
Nice.
absolutely outstanding. And
It's like
You know-
it's like less than 4 miles from the launch pad. It's like the closest place that you can get to the rocket to see the launch. They do sell tickets. It's private property. It's a whole thing where they have like food trucks and they have bathrooms and they have a shuttle service that takes you from a parking area over to the viewing area because you get so close. You don't want a ton of cars around there, right? It's a fantastic thing. They're cool people, but normally a little expensive. They got to pay the bills. Normally the tickets are $200 a person. But if you do the discount, the NSF 50 discount, they'll give you 25% off, and then you can get the tickets for $150. If you've got kids with us, an adult can get a kid in, so you don't have to pay for the kids as well if you want to get over there and see the launch. But please check them out if you want. There's a link to the Rocket Ranch website that's all in chat. They're fantastic people. They're just cool space nerds to hang out with. The food truck. They sent me pictures of the food truck food, and it looked really good. It made me
Yeah,
hungry.
this is not, we didn't actually talk about this, but that restaurant, the Texican, is
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of the places I've
You tried to take me there.
I tried to take you there because it's really good.
Yep.
But they were closed on Monday or whatever day it was that we were trying to go. But yeah, you were super close. You're along with super fans, and I just can't stress enough. Rocket Ranch is an awesome community and a great way to support them. Also, if this isn't the launch for you, but you're looking for future launches, they do pre-sales that are cheaper than the like right before the launch price as well. So definitely something to keep in mind.
Nice. All right, let's move right along because the final pieces of the puzzle seem to be coming together for the launch. It looks like we've got some final TFRs that have just been released. Are all the pieces of the puzzle together here? I'm waiting for them to appear on the screen. There you go. So these are the hazard areas, and some of these are the alternate hazard areas, right? Like the warning areas, right? But you can see the entire thing going across the Gulf, all the way over the Caribbean and out into the Atlantic Ocean. And I think the latest thing that we just got was the TFR just over Starbase. But here, I think, Jack, do we have all the pieces of the puzzle? Or Sawyer, somebody tell me, because y'all weren't on the road this week. We have all the pieces of the puzzle?
If this isn't the last one, I think it's the second to last one. Sawyer?
Pretty sure it's next to last. I'm trying to remember exactly
Next
what
to
the
last.
last one is, but I mean,
think
the
Indian
next
Ocean,
Spaceflight
maybe?
app will be able to tell you.
The next Spaceflight app. I'm actually going to bring the next Spaceflight app up real quick.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm doing.
apparently it's just the Indian Ocean NOTAM.
Let me go to nextspaceflight.com, the free app. Where you guys? Sorry, I'm not going to.
Also, Kevin in the
That's
Kevin in the
awesome,
back
though.
channel says, you know where you can find out? Nextspaceflight.com. So I'm not the only one that's on a delay sometimes.
I mean, the only two things in Next Spaceflight that are not checked off on the Starship launch status page are Ship 37 at launch site and vehicles stacked. The bubble for temporary flight restriction is green now, and I think that is the. Are you holding it up to the camera?
Oh wait, the producers can actually show it.
Yeah,
Also,
almost like they can pull up the website.
It's green screening out the green, so it just looked like holes in your phone, Jack. You were holding up your phone.
I'm doing great.
Good time. So it doesn't have every single notice on there, but with that temporary flight restriction there at the launch site, things are looking good. We just need that rollout to happen, and we do have, like we mentioned, a slot for that 4 to 10 p.m. tomorrow, and then we need to get a full stack.
Yeah, so at least we now have all of the U.S. warnings. I believe there's just one more for the Indian Ocean, but all the ones for the U.S. are there and good to go from a regulatory standpoint.
Yeah.
Which is
You'll-
great,
you'll
finally.
You'll know about that, right? Jack, could you show your phone again? Do you still have Next Spaceflight up?
I can, yeah.
I could, but it'll be blurry, I know. Like, scroll up to the top of the page. Like, that's the Starbase launch status screen. And if you go up to the top of the page, it'll give you information, the current weather. It'll have you a link over to watch Starbase Live if you want. And then Starship Flight 10, you see, they're green screened out as Jack moves his phone back and forth. Because they're green circles showing that they're complete. But you can tap on them and get more information. If you scroll down, Jack, I think a lot of people don't know this app even exists. If you scroll down, you can see the bottom two there, Ship 37 at launch site, vehicle stacked. There's the closures that are up there. We just did that video on the Raptor, so you can get the latest video there, Starbase videos, all that sort of stuff. And then it has the hardware for the flight. Like, it's really useful. How many people in chat had no clue that this wasn't even here?
And the website got redesigned, too, and it looks spectacular.
The website did get redesigned. It did. This is the website. You can get a lot of the same information on the website now. So, in any event, we put a lot of work into Next Spaceflight to get the information over there in a format that you don't have to watch a 2-hour-long live stream to get the info. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, Next Spaceflight, free to download on iOS and Android. And just free to go to the website, nextspaceflight.com, right?
Heck yeah.
All right. Yes, Raptor video mentioned. Correct. So
Alex happy.
We do need, it's 7:10. We do have This Week in Spaceflight coming up here shortly. We have a couple other things to talk about. I've seen a lot of people in chat ask about the patches. You know, we do flight patches all the way back to the first Starship flight. There's some green ones in here, so they'll probably disappear. And a lot of people have been asking, when patch? We've been working very hard. We've got Flight 2. It's beautiful. Don't bother the green screen. We've got Flight 3. That one was cool. I liked it as well.
One of my favorites.
Flight 4 triangle mode. Didn't love the triangle, but that's okay. Some people like triangles. Flight 5. I'm still going through the
strongest shape.
Strongest shape. Not untrue. The diamond from Flight 5 we had. We had Flight 6. That one was actually big. We did the math wrong, and the patch came out like really large compared to the other patch. It's fine, though. Flight 7 is going to mostly green screen out here. Got that as well. Flight 8, we tried to rein in the sizing a little bit. Flight 9, we had that patch as well. And then the last patch behind the back here, you want to know when we're going to release Flight 10?
When? Chat.
When?
Chat, ask when. So he might actually show it.
Go back to the green patch?
You
You want me to go back to the green patch so you can't see it? It's amazing. It's got a cloaking device.
I have no idea what's happening. Are you going to show it?
So when are we going to release the patch? Well, not right now. That's a gateway patch, y'all. Sorry, I don't even have it yet. How can I show it to you? Seriously?
Not even
I have a patch shirt.
Tomorrow. You have a patch shirt. That's the trick. If you see Jack out and about, I just made a lot of people really mad. If you see Jack out and about, Jack actually has a shirt that has it on, don't you, Jack?
I do. So another reason to look for us out in the field. Maybe I'll wear that shirt after this show when I head out to the pad to get some sunset shots.
Did we get... We're going to tease it. I want it to come out tomorrow. Normally, we wait until the full stack. I want to tease it tomorrow. So what are we doing? What are we doing tomorrow? They're rolling it out, but it's 4 to 10. It might be dark. It might not be the greatest thing. What else? When could we sort of show the...
I'm telling you, the trick, by the way, to have done that, DOS, was to have the shrug patch and then get to Flight 9 and say, what are we going to see, Flight 10? And then
I don't have a shrug patch yet. I just had a gateway patch. I have a lot of patches. Oh, jeez.
But yeah, I mean, there's the roll, which was before the lift. But that's a 6-hour window when it could be.
Can I show them MBs the back of the patch shirt?
What? The back of the patch shirt?
The patch shirt.
What's on the back
of the patch? It should just say
NSF.
It's
hang
just
on.
an orange shirt.
I'm asking some questions here. Timeout. Lindsay Ray has been our fantastic person helping out with shop graphics and stuff like that. Lindsay, can you DM me that graphic y'all were working on? Just DM it to me real quick. Don't put it in Control Center. Let me look at it real quick.
While you're looking at it, do you want me to thank a couple more people? Because there's a bunch of red.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Space Pope gifted 5 Red Team memberships. Yeah. Bless your reptilian heart. Mighty Don Don gifting 10 Red Team memberships. Thank you. Captain Q, thank you for the support there. They say with Falcon 9 Booster 1100 coming up, will we call it 1100 or 1100 or 1100? Let's go Starship Flight 10 and Booster 1067 Flight 30. That will be a Alex question.
Double aught?
Yeah, I mean, I am reminded of the Air Force terminology for B-52s that have 2 zeros in their name, but I'm not going to say that right now. That might be an option. Jesse, thank you for the support. Z-Man, thank you as well. They say, just got my shrug patch. Thank you guys so much for everything you do. Can't wait for this Sunday. Hopefully this candle gets lit. Absolutely. Thanks for the kind words and the support, because we genuinely can't do this stuff without everybody out there supporting what we do. Ninja Decimator. Pew, pew, pew. They say, when NSF bloopers for Membies? I'm going to need to change how I do bloopers, if that's the case.
Yeah, all of ours are probably not safe for Membies.
Have you seen that viral video from like the early internet where the old guy is doing like a car commercial and he gets really frustrated? Yeah, enough said. Johnny, thank you for
I've had to edit some of Jack's videos before, which include the bloopers, and I have some of them, but they are all very non-member releasable.
Anyway, Johnny, thank you for becoming a Padrat member. Speaking of members, Mighty Don Don gifting 5 more, and then 5 more. Holy cow, is that like 20 total? That's amazing. Like, everybody that gets gifted a membership, please do something with your gifted membership. Like, check out the additional content that you now have access to, because you just got gifted a pretty sweet thing. Elgray 1, becoming a Padrat member. Anonymous with a store purchase, grabbing the Flight 6 patch, saying Gib new patch. I'm still stalling for DOS though. Turtle
No, you're good, dude. You're good.
disestablishmentarianism sanction. Oh,
Keep going.
Turtle disestablishmentarianism sanctuary. You just wanted to hear me say that again. Das, this is a beer for you. You
Nice.
never seem to get to enjoy this as much as we do. Thanks to you. So thanks to you.
Well, thank you for that. I assume you sent that before I did the patch letdown. So I appreciate. We're going for redemption here. Hang on. Thank you so much for the support. Jack, one more or two more or however many you got.
Hey, DOS,
watch.
mini
there's-
production meeting on stream. We don't have a stream tomorrow. Just FYI.
We don't have a stream tomorrow.
We don't.
Oh, we're out of
'Cause we're-
notifications.
Yes.
We're waiting. We're resting and out of
YouTube.
notifications.
Yes.
Oh.
Mini production meeting. I'll go back to cleaning my studio. Bye.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for the information there. So, I don't have the whole patch. I have a teaser image. It's okay. It's got some thematic elements to it. And I think here's how we'll deal with it, right?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Jack, should we show it? Should we show it? Chat, should we show it?
I have no part in this.
You have no part in this? Really? Really?
Oh.
Okay, I have all parts in this.
Oh boy.
Chat. All right. This is honestly one of the coolest batches we've made because like things happened and then we're like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do for the next patch? And then it was like, pow, like lightning bolt idea. And so we made a patch. Seriously, no stream tomorrow. Really must have show it. Buy it for $30 over there in the super chats. Okay. All right. So it's not the full patch. Here's what I'm going to try to work out. We've got a teaser for you to show you because I have to redeem myself. That was a little, seriously, it's even a gateway patch. Jeez.
You got
Post
me.
anything
You got
else.
me. You got me so good.
I was even like showing it around the corner, like, oh, you see the little, there's a little
Yeah,
patch
you
behind
can
it.
see the shape.
I did y'all dirty. I will admit. So Jay, if you could, let's put up the teaser graphic for the patch.
Hey.
There is a theme to this. Y'all know the long road that got us here to Flight 10, right? So you see a fair amount of black and yellow and orange, and you see a fair amount of fire in the background. Typically, we release the full image whenever it's time for a full stack, but this patch is really freaking cool. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to say, oh, here's the elements of it. Imagine in your mind. No. Clearly, there's fire involved. Y'all all know how we got here. You could say it's fire. You could say the patch is fire. Thank you, Jay, in the back channel.
Yeah, I hope they fly off the shelves.
I hope they fly off the
Oh.
shelves better than Ship 36 flew off the shelf.
Oh, there we go.
Hey. But here's what we're going to try to work on, all right? Members of the member program, y'all know sometimes we give you early access to get stuff or see stuff or whatever. I'm going to check with the shop team because we need to talk with Adrian as well. But maybe tomorrow, even if we don't have a stream schedule, maybe tomorrow we can get for members the patch in the member Discord. The problem is that some member is going to go get it and then post it up somewhere. Like this is, it's always a balance, right? But maybe we can get it for the members to start pre-ordering it tomorrow. And then with the full stack, we could release the full design. Now, don't make me leave the the pixelated version. The only thing we show you is the pixelated version. You can just buy it sight unseen. It is a very cool patch. But that, let's see if we can't get that for the members tomorrow. And then the full stack whenever that happens. Do it in L2, right? We'll do it
Does
in
that
L2.
mean we need to go into the Kelsey's Brother podcast to unblur it and reveal the album cover?
That's hilarious.
If you could take that and make the actual patch image to a high fidelity degree of fidelity, y'all, it's a really cool patch. It's annoying for me when somebody overhypes something a little bit too much. So I want to give y'all something today because they're doing this super late rollout, and usually it's days in advance. They do the rollout, and we get the full stack, and then we have days before the launch, right? But they're speed running this one. There is a lot of fire on the patch. It's a really cool design. So Anyways, how are we doing on time, by the way? Are we doing okay on the time?
We don't have a timer.
We don't have. Do we have a timer? It's
I will say, by
zero.
the way,
It's
as we
a-
look at the Pez dispenser door there, it'll be interesting to see
It still hasn't
a
opened,
payload bay
right?
door open for the first time since Ship 36's.
Yeah.
Well, 38 had its open on the cryo stand after that, but like, what are they doing? They're teasing us.
well,
Like,
the
they keep
lifts-
taking a lift up there and then going down. Like,
They're worse than that
oh,
DOS guy with his stupid patches. Like,
yeah.
okay, we're gonna keep watching that. If it opens, of course, we have our live feeds, and we will swatch back over to it. Somebody may have to scream at us though, but let's talk just a little bit more about what we were up to this week in spaceflight. Not really.
Yeah, what were you up to this
No.
week in spaceflight, Das?
We were up to some very cool stuff. Do we have some of that imagery ready to show? And then somebody holler if that door starts to open so we don't miss it, because I'm going to start to get lost in our road trip, our virtual field trip to ILC Dover's Astrosuit Lab in Houston, Texas. That's me. You can tell. We were at the office, not the office, the building, the laboratory where they assemble and build the spacesuits. Now, ILC Dover, of course, is the company that built the Apollo EVA suits on the moon. They're the company that made the soft shells, the pressure vessels for the current EVA suits on the ISS. These people have forgotten more about making spacesuits than I will ever know, right? But they invited us to come out to their suit lab in Houston and put an NSF patch on the spacesuit. They let us do that. That's not all we got to do. Why did we get to put an NSF? Look at me grinning like a fool in the reflective helmet there.
Oh, I never even noticed that.
Yeah, it's got the shield down, right?
That's great.
They invited us out not just to see the spacesuits. You know me, that's always the question, like, hey, is there hardware? Can we see? Is there something we can climb inside? Or like, we don't just want to come look at renders, right? And so when we went out there, they actually let us get in the EVA suits. Like, not just like put a helmet on or put the pants on. Do we have Alicia buttoned up in a spacesuit here? We came out, the actual prototype suits. We started the show. We're like, hey, we're here at ILC Dover, Astro. They're blah, blah, they've got spaces. Oh, it's me, I guess. They actually put us in the suits. So the bottom part of the suit, the LTA, lower torso assembly, the upper part of the suit, the gloves that went on, the helmet and everything like that. We live streamed this. Not only did they let us get inside the spacesuits, they let us live stream trying on the spacesuits for the first time. For complete accuracy, we did make sure that we could fit inside the spacesuits before we started the stream, right? Alicia and I both made sure that we could get our head into the suit and that sort of thing, and we didn't wig out or anything. But that right there, that's Alicia Siegel. This week in spaceflight, you see her at the Intrepid Museum shows. They put her in the suit. They completely pressurized the suit, 4.3 pressure or 4.3 psi above ambient, and they let her walk around in the prototype EVA suit live on the NSF channel. And we had it on Twitch. We had it a couple different places, right? So the whole thing, it was absolutely amazing that they let us come out here and do this. It's not just, oh yeah, here, you're in the lab, you can look at the suits. They fitted us. They did all the measurements. They're measuring like the shoulder height and the distance between certain bones on your body and the size of your head and the detailed measurements of your hand and all that sort of stuff. Because the whole thing with their new commercial suits, these are commercial suits for like commercial companies can come in and hire these suits, right? Buy these suits. Maybe VAST needs an EVA suit for outside of their space station in the future. ILC Dover Astro could be the suit. You need to be on the moon. ILC Dover Astro could be the suit that's on the moon for a commercial. Suit could go to Mars. Like that one EVA suit is designed to do all three of those things with minimum modifications. And let us show you the pool. Nice. They let us come out, and not only did they let us put us inside of it, they showed us how to adjust the suit. You've heard the stories like, geez, I've EVA canceled because of a discomfort issue or whatever. Oh, the suit doesn't fit, or they need to they didn't have the right size for the astronaut that was supposed to be doing the spacewalk or whatever. These new suits that they've designed have so much adjustability. I'm a half a foot taller than Alicia, right? We're not the same height. And the same spacesuit Alicia had on, they went through and they made a bunch of modifications to it, like change a little bracket and extend a leg and extend the arm a little bit, because you could just let it out a little bit or take it in a little bit. And the suit on the right, so when we were in, they changed it so that I fit in the exact same spacesuit that Alicia fit in live
That's so
on the
cool.
stream. It wasn't like a 5-hour operation. It wasn't like, oh, come back in 3 days and the spacesuit will be reconfigured for EV2 or whatever. In the space of like 15 minutes, they adjusted it so 2 totally different body types could fit into the same spacesuit, and we both put it on. Alicia buttoned it up, disconnected from the thing. She was walking around. They tossed her a baseball, and she like caught a baseball and threw the baseball with her first time ever in the EVA suit. I don't know.
That was my first, like, my immediate question is, for someone that's worn one of these things, is like, how was mobility? And if you can catch a baseball, I mean, I think that says it all.
Jack, the craziest thing, dude, is it doesn't move the same way your joints move, right? Like, if you add more rotational joints, you add more mass to the suit. It becomes heavier and bulkier to carry around and move around, and more fatiguing to wear and stuff like that, right? But you learn really quickly, like, oh, if I want to do this, the joint rotates like that, right? So if you go to throw a baseball, the suit joints don't really support a throwing motion, but you can still move your hand in that way. You just have to learn. It's called the programming. So it's like, if I need to get my arm to this position, I would do this without a suit on. But if I have a suit on, it's just like this, right? Just like exactly what order you move your joints in to sort of map to the joints in the suit. Alicia was like an absolute natural walking around. There's the LTA. That's the lower torso assembly. Alicia was like an absolute natural, bending over, jumping around, walking around, picking up stuff, moving her arms around, like the whole thing. She had no training at all, and she was able to walk around in the spacesuit without problem.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you always hear, like, oh, on the space station we have, the small lower assembly and then the large upper, and the astronaut that's up there that needs to do a spacewalk doesn't have the right size one, so we're sending up a medium on the next drag. Like, none of that. This is way cooler.
Yep. This is Alicia, like, learning to get up in the suit. A lot of people spotting her because she had never done it before, but she was able to reach all the way down to the ground. And you can even see how the leg joints sort of rotate in ways that you have to learn how they rotate, right? But she got back up again, and she walked around even more after that. Just seeing the mobility for somebody who wasn't trained to use the suit at all, first time in. So Jack and Sawyer, you want to know the really interesting thing?
Sure.
There's a lot of interesting things. Alicia used to play characters at Disney. Like the suits you wear at Disney, right? You're at Disney World, and like Goofy or whoever is like coming around in the suit, and you like shake their hand and take a selfie with them or whatever.
You have to take the suit into consideration for your performance, so that gave her some muscle memory or some previous experience, shall we say. That's interesting.
You are exactly right. We were talking about it afterwards, and we think one reason that Alicia did such a good job, beyond just being a regular awesome person, she had so much time in the Disney suits playing the characters, where you have to take into account the different center of mass of the suit, and when you move around, your character suit feels different. And because she had so much experience in those suits, wearing the Astro EVA suit almost came naturally to her.
Also, to all the kids that are watching, he's joking. That it's not actually someone in there. That really is Goofy or whoever.
Is that where we are, Sawyer? Is that the stream we're on right now, really?
Hey, I'm just trying to protect ourselves here.
Oh my gosh.
How was the visibility, by the way, inside the suit? Because I know with some of them, you got the blockers and the things like that. How was the actual sight range?
Sawyer, this is not a flight suit. So the differentiation being, this is an EVA suit that allows you to get out of your spacecraft, get out of the International Space Station, walk on the moon, walk on Mars, whatever. This is a full-on EVA suit. This is not just a suit that keeps you pressurized while you're launching or re-entering, right? But if I walked up to 39A in this EVA suit, I could look up at the rocket without leaning backwards.
Wow.
I like how that's the metric.
That's the metric for me, personally. Could I look up and... No, like, realistically, the way that the helmet is sort of set... You see how it's not a helmet that goes over your entire head, but it's sort of like an angle in the back? and then the glass dome, or not glass, it's plexi, the polycarbonate dome goes on the front and sort of seals onto the front. I can hold my hands like this, and my peripheral vision stops before I would see the suit. And looking up, my peripheral vision stopped before I would see the top of the suit. The way your head is sort of situated in there, you have full, whatever your normal, 180 degrees peripheral vision, a little bit more than that. You have full peripheral vision. You don't see any parts of the suit. Going up, you don't see any parts of the suit. Down here, you do see parts of the suit where you'll like a drink bag and stuff like that. All right. Look at Alicia right there. She's looking sideways. You could turn your head and talk to somebody that was standing right next to you like this, and you didn't have to turn your torso. You could literally just turn your head and look at them, and somebody standing right next to you, you had full visibility. You could talk to them just like you were standing with no suit on. It was absolutely crazy how well you could see inside of that suit.
Wow.
I was surprised. I'm gushing about this. I apologize, but it was really cool.
No, you shouldn't apologize. You got to do a really cool thing. And,
oh my gosh.
And I just can't stress enough that in the same way that we were talking about the longer version of the Raptor video earlier, if you want the long version of this, not the flame trench version, y'all streamed the whole thing for
we
like
did stream
hours.
the entire thing.
Hours.
What was that? Almost like a 3-hour show. Alicia was in the spacesuit for almost a full hour.
Wow.
And at first they were like, oh yeah, it's your first time, like 15 minutes is probably good. 20. We almost had to get a crowbar to pry her out of the spacesuit. We're like, come on, you need to get out. No, she was doing such a good job of moving around. She was in the suit for almost a full hour before they took it back and then resized it. And oh my gosh, is that me trying to get it? Yeah. Dealing with labs and stuff, it's me without a hat on.
That's fine.
Not allowed in spacesuits, as it turns out.
Speaking of ruining the magic, first Goofy and now without a hat.
And now DOS without a hat. Oh my gosh. So if y'all want to watch the entire thing, all the Q&A, it was live. Dee was there as well, recording a bunch of cinema-style footage that we're going to try and make some videos and explainers and stuff with. It'll take a little bit of time, but y'all can watch the entire stream back. Gosh, what's the other... the other really interesting thing for me? Of course, they ask, are you claustrophobic? Are you okay if there's something close to your face, right? And you wonder, like, is my nose going to leave a greasy streak on the spacesuit if I lean forward too much and I touch the inside of the dome or something? Am I going to feel like there's something up in my face? When I was in the suit with the dome closed and all the air on and everything, I had a cooling garment and everything. When the dome was closed, I didn't even really notice that it was in front of me. That didn't make any sense because realistically, I knew that there was a dome there. I probably could have hit it with my head if I leaned all the way forward and like tried to touch it. I could, but all the normal motions of my head moving around, I never accidentally touched the dome. I didn't leave like a greasy nose print.
I have a horrible question.
What's the horrible question?
What happens if you sneeze?
That was a question. If you sneeze, I think what you're supposed to do is sort of direct it down because you do almost, it's not Darth Vader mode, but where the drink stuff, it is sort of right here. And if you tuck your chin in, you can sort of aim it down away from the dome instead of like blam right into the dome, right? Because you can't wipe the inside of it. You can't do it and get to the inside when it's pressurized. So I think that the answer is you sort of try to direct it down away from the polycarbonate. Like you might sneeze. You can't like scratch your nose or anything,
Could you scratch your face on like the drink thing if you had like an itch on your nose? Could you like just rub it on the drink? And it's kind of gross, but like if you had to.
They customize those so they don't have like a communal nose scratching thing. And they didn't put it in for us because they didn't give us custom nose scratchers. There is a place on either side, little mounting points where you can put something like that, and then down in front of you, there's places where you can put it, but they're not in that suit because you don't want to share suit nose scratchers, right?
Right. That's hilarious.
The problem becomes, though, once you're in microgravity, if you don't sneeze into something, what happens to the particulates?
Well, so interestingly,
inside a closed environment.
You need like a maximum absorbency garment gator
for your nose. Sawyer, this is actually super interesting. I'm going to talk about this for way too long. I better check the back channel real quick.
You're good.
There's no timer.
I think we're cool. There's no timer, right? Y'all please tell me because I'm just going to talk about this as long as they let me. The way that the suit airflow works, there are fans that sort of blow air up and over your head, but then it sort of cascades down the front and then goes into the bottom of the suit where the returns are, right? And so there's this sort of natural airflow as this sort of like curtain almost going down in front of your face. And so it's not like in microgravity, if you sneezed and there was a little bit of snot balls in there or something, it would just float in your face and then come up and get in your eye or whatever, because there's this natural airflow sort of going down the front of your face, right? So if you did sneeze, it's not like you'd be floating with your face in a ball of snot.
I have a feeling Snot Garden, one of our members, is enjoying this particular line of conversation.
The communal nose scratching thing is the latest spacesuit innovation. Same way there wasn't a drink bag in there because you're not going to drink after somebody else's drink straw, that sort of stuff. We did have the garments on, but they can clean the garments, the water cooling garments, right? What happens if you were to pass?
Sorry, didn't they also mention something about there used to be snacks in them, but they don't do that anymore because of crumbs?
Yes, they did. They used to have a little snacky thing you could chomp on or whatever, but the crumbs would get all over the place. You get a crumb in your eye, you can't do anything with it. All you have to do is cry about it. So they removed the crummy snacks, no pun intended, Sawyer. And it's just a drink bag, right?
Sorry, now on to the very important question from chat that you were about to answer, because it's all on all of our minds, because we're children.
The same sort of thing, because it's sort of circulating the air, and there is an exchange. I imagine you could probably pass gas in such a way that there would be lasting effects, right? But the way the airflow goes through the suits, if you happen to let a little one out, it's not like you're stuck in it for 6 hours. The suit will sort of filter it out. I didn't do that, by the way, so I don't know that from experience, because good grief, I made sure I went to the bathroom before I put on the cooling garment.
Right.
All I can think of is the movie Rocket Man, where they're going on Mars and they have the suits attached to each other. And
jeez.
That was a classic.
What's his name? Harlan Williams, the actor in that? Great comedian, great actor. Makes it is weird art on shirts or something now. He's still around. Great movie.
Oh, good.
Could you wear charcoal underwear? I don't think you need to.
Is that one of those new age things? You got to put a lot of copper on your body for health. What is that?
Charcoal
Is that a
underwear.
thing?
It pulls the toxins from your body. Your
Right.
charcoal underwear. What?
What if I want more toxins in my body?
Well, then never mind. We won't go there.
Eat junk food.
Don't plug anything up with charcoal underwear, all right? Anyways, y'all, this was amazing. This wasn't like a PR thing where we went in and we had a script we were supposed to talk through, and they let us have 5 minutes with the suit, and then the PR hit was over. They literally invited us into our lab. We're pure novices without training, without any sort of classroom, or here's experience, thousands of hours in a spacesuit or even a pressure suit or whatever, right? They invited Alicia and I in there. Jason was there on the camera. Dee was there on the camera as well. Jason doing it live, and then Dee was doing the behind the scenes sort of stuff, right? Invited us in and let us do this thing, not only in their suit, but let us do it live. And that, it's an insane amount of trust. Maybe insane is the wrong word, but it really is, right? It would be very tough for a company to be convinced that you should let some random folks from the internet come into their high-tech lab and do this sort of thing. And they let us do this so that they could share the suit with y'all. So if you've seen this on social media, you're over in the other video, and you thought that it was really cool that they let us do it, please let them know. Give them a little. They're reading it. They were there retweeting stuff, and they were reading the messages and comment. One of the VPs was coming up, showing me comments from chat and stuff like that. They were totally into it once we got going. But if you want to see some more stuff like that, sharing it with your friends and family so more people can experience, get exposed to it, leaving a little comment or something like that saying, that's really cool, thanks ILC Dover, Astro, for letting them do this, or whatever your personal comment would be. Things like that go so far towards not only thanking them for their time. This is the untethered suit, right? He's jumping around demonstrating the untethered suit. We were in a tethered suit with no pack on, or as a pack simulator, I guess, right? But if you want, go watch the video, leave a comment, do a little thumbs up thing or something like that. Just spread the love back to ILC Dover for letting us come and share this stuff with you. It really was amazing. How long did we talk about that?
An amount of time.
An amount of time. Okay.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but it really is like a really special thing that we got to do. And I mean, you've said it a million times to us, like we want to go and tour any company that'll have us, but we kind of want to see physical thing. Like we don't want to just go look at a render on a screen of a box.
I'm going to ask you if you have something for us to see. Like I'm going to ask you if you only have renders, or can we come climb around on your launch pad or see the place where you're welding the space station module together or whatever. Like we're going to ask that question.
Right. Is it a render of a box, or can Jack stand on said box during the live stream so he's not short?
It's a rendered Apple box.
Hi, Jack.
You just add it in post.
There it is. I was waiting for the face palm.
Oh my gosh. Let's see here. NSF, they let folks like you in because they know how classy you are. Truly fantastic people. All you. Deborah Jean, thank you so much. We try. We have a lot of fun. We say a bunch of wacky stuff, and sometimes we stay up too late and get a little too far off the rails, but it really is cool. So, onward to the next cool thing we did.
Wait,
what's the next
wrong?
cool
I'm
thing?
Normally the one with all the flexes. We got DAS flex today.
Well, sorry, I have some opportunities for you to flex here. But wait, there's more.
That was just day one.
That was just day one, yeah. The initial reason we were going to Houston is what happened the next day. So y'all know we help Intrepid Museum with their Astro Live events, right? I've been helping Intrepid Museum long before I was with NSF, and we help them live stream cool stuff, usually on location at Intrepid in New York City, right? Well, this month we were doing a virtual one. We were supposed to have a guest from the Neutral Buoyancy Lab, right? And over the course of things that be, we just pitched the idea like, hey, Houston's over here. We have some other stuff we could do in Houston. What if instead of doing a virtual Zoom call, we came to the NBL and we walked around the pool with you? You can call it the pool. They're cool with it, right? So they invited us to come to the NBL and let us do a live virtual field trip for Intrepid Museum's Astro Live. Instead of a Zoom call, they're fantastic when we get to talk to people, right? But instead of a Zoom call, that's Alicia and I live in front of the pool at the NBL. And it's not even just Jack and Sawyer. I feel bad, honestly, because I'm just running my mouth constantly.
No, I'm enthralled.
Y'all like ask questions or jump in or whatever. I feel bad I'm talking so much.
No, please don't. I'm watching chat. I'm hanging out, and dude, full disclosure, it's been a busy week here in Starbase as we get things prepped for flight. And as much as I would have loved to tune in to the broadcast, I haven't had time. So I'm learning about it from you right now.
From this now.
So that's also why I'm so quiet. Is I'm like, oh, tell me more.
Nice.
So please don't feel bad.
So we went all the way to the NBL. That's Ari. She's one of the test directors at the NBL, talking with Alicia there. We walked around for 3 hours watching different things that they were doing at the NBL. And it wasn't like, oh, yeah, you can come because the facility's closed today. There are waves in the pool behind them because there are 2 astronauts in the pool. As we were walking around training for, who were they working on? They were working on a radiator or something like that. In the
Which
pool,
2 astronauts?
Oh my gosh, Jack, you asked me that. I need to get the names of them.
I'm only asking because I want to know if Sawyer has met them or not.
I don't want to say which was which wrong, so I can look it up and tell you, but I'll get back to that in just a second. So they not only let us walk around the pool while the astronauts were training, they gave us access to the feeds inside the pool.
So cool.
Like what we're seeing here, you see scrolling around for a 4-box or whatever. What you can see here, they gave us access to the first-person view from the suit cam, live off each of the astronauts. And they also gave us access to the 2 dive cams. So the 2 camera divers that are sort of next to them, so you can see the entire astronaut. They gave us access to those on a side feed so that we could mix them into the show. And look at this. This is a test conductor here. That's Andrew, the test conductor. And while we were talking, we had the side feeds there showing what was happening down in the pool below.
So cool. It looks like they're attaching some ballast or something in that, like maybe to maintain neutral buoyancy and what, just like the stuff that they have to do in order to make, like, it seems like you just get in a pool and you do some weightlessness training, and it's like no. First off, you have to make sure the CG of the suit is correct. You have to make sure it's properly neutrally buoyant. And I haven't even watched the stream, so I don't even know all the things.
So that's it. Kevin's in the back channel. I'm like reading things here. In the back channel, Kevin's saying they gave us 4 dive cams, 2 first-person suit cams, and then 2 operated cams where the divers were floating around. And they had another feed that could switch between other cameras, like a wide shot like this that sort of shows what's going on and stuff like that, right? So they not only let us come and walk around the NBL, they let us have access to those cameras to see what was happening in the pool while we walked around. Really quickly, the 2 astronauts that were in the pool, it was Luke Delaney and Raja Chari that were in the pool there while they were training. The day before, there were 2 other astronauts in the pool training, and so we were just running all over the map. We had the chief engineer with us, the guy who knows how the entire NBL works, and he was telling us everything, like, here's where we disassemble our regulators, and here's where we put the suits together, and here's, let's go out back and see where they deliver the gases for diving, and we're like, what? All right.
I don't know why, but I'm immediately thinking of Ace Ventura, where he's like going around the tank looking for the dolphin. And I'm picturing that's like the NBL's. It's like, no, he's way more serious of an individual. But for whatever reason, that's where my brain went. That's so cool, though, that for them to give you like experts and people of that, like, high level, and just let them chat with you.
Yeah, it really was. It really was absolutely amazing. So the whole thing with Astro Live, right? We would have normally a person from the NBL talking on a Zoom call, right? And so every single thing we said on that trip was like the virtual field trip Astro Live. Every question I asked was an Astro Live question. Every time Alicia was talking, it was all Astro Live. We were just doing it walking around instead of being on a Zoom call. It was almost impossible to contain how excited we were. We were like kids in a candy shop, right? Alicia's a big scuba diver. And so she had tons of dive-related questions about what happens. What do we have on the screen here? I'm like trying to say some contextual sort of stuff.
By the way, it should be worth noting that most people, if you go to Space Center Houston and get, say, the Level 9 tour, there is a balcony that you can go up on and look down into the pool. It is very, very rare to be actually on the surface in front of, there's a yellow line, basically a do not cross line. To be on the floor near that line is very rare.
And Sawyer, they even let us walk right up to the yellow. So there's a line there where the suit donning stand is. And because the suits have a higher concentration of oxygen, right? They breathe a higher concentration of oxygen in the suits. There's a line, and you can't go past the line if you have any ignition sources on you, right?
Wow.
And while we were just there, they let us go right up to the line. And then once they were clear that we didn't have any ignition sources, they let us get up on the stand and take a selfie with the astronauts.
That's so cool.
It was. Go ahead.
Why do they call it doffing and donning a suit? Is it because when you put it on, you're putting it don, and when you're doffing it, you're taking it doff?
I've heard like donning armor before. I can't give you like the root of the word or anything like that.
I was just trying to do a bad pun. Take it don, and
that's what I honestly. That's how I used to remember it. Is if you're putting on the suit, it's don. Taking it off is doff.
Watch, it's something like it was originally don and doff, and we've just shortened it to on and off. Like we dropped vestigial letters that weren't needed anymore, and it became that. Like it's the same word, just in Old English it was don and doff, right? I don't know if that's true.
F used to be S. Who knows? There's no rules.
You see that? That's not a V. That's a U or whatever.
It's the English language. There are no rules.
Oh, geez. Anyways, we also got to go down to the suit lab where they have like little trolleys, and the entire spacesuit is on the little trolley, and the technicians in the suit lab prepare the suit before they do their training. And then afterwards, they take the suit and they clean it all up and they put it all back in storage and that sort of stuff. They let us go down there, and there were just a suit tech there turning wrenches on spacesuits. And they let us go and talk through that. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. That is the suit lab there, but we'll back up a little bit. Yeah, they're literally assembling parts of the spacesuit. They're talking about the cooling garment. So anyways,
do they?
I don't know.
Do they have to do anything special for the suits there, given the chlorination of the water, considering they're designed to not normally function in water?
They don't make any dramatic changes for two reasons. The suits are overpressurized, right? They're at a higher pressure than ambient, which is the case when they're in vacuum. So they don't have to do any like special sealants or anything like that, because if the suit leaks, it's going to bubble out a little bit. It's not going to let water in, right? So that's one thing. They don't really have to make a lot of changes. They don't put any special coatings or anything. It's not like they spray it with waterproofer or anything like that. There are some special considerations, like they don't use aluminum because there's electrical cables and power cables and stuff like that that go into the pool to service equipment and lights and that sort of thing. And if you have aluminum in the pool, even though it's a super low current, it'll actually electrolyze, whatever. Electrolysis will occur on the metals, so they just had to change it up to get it right.
Yeah.
There's that sort of stuff. It's mostly stainless steel and titanium, but the suits are basically the suits. They don't have to like, oh yeah, this is only a special underwater suit. In fact, Sawyer, the suit equipment that they use there, a lot of it is derated from flight. They couldn't tell us there, like as we were walking around, but some of the components on the suits that they were in the pool training with may have come from the ISS, actually spent time in space, and then after they sort of reach the end of their lifetime, they get derated from the space human rating. They're still human rated, but for training purposes, they recapture them and bring them down and continue to use them in the NBL. So
that's awesome.
It's spacesuits. It's like real spacesuit equipment. I'm going to read through some chat real quick. English is a different language. It mentioned you got to talk to the astronauts. We did, Deborah Jean. I felt so bad about it. I don't know, Jack and Sawyer, I don't know if y'all saw this part of the stream, but near the end, they let us, we were specifically timing this. We knew what time the training was supposed to be over, so we were supposed to be back on the deck at a certain time so we could see the astronauts come out of the pool. And we did that. We saw them get the suits all taken off and stuff. It's near the end of it's before you see Orion. Yep, right after that. There we're up on the, no, we got to walk up. There we're walking.
Scrolling through hours-long video on YouTube. Not precise, unfortunately.
Yeah. If you back up a little bit, there's the astronauts getting out of the suit. Wherever, they're right around there is good. Yes. Well, the astronauts are already out of the suit there doing the medical review afterwards. But they let us up. If you back it up some, the cranes actually take them out of the pool. The astronauts got out of the suits. And we're like, well, the little suit trolleys came by. The technicians with the suit trolleys. And we're like, oh, get out of the way. The suits are coming through. And we had to like step to the side so the suit trolley could go past. And then the astronauts are done with their medical reviews. Yeah, they're coming out. Nice. And the astronauts are all done, and the astronauts start to walk past, and they're like, oh, yeah, here, stop and talk to the astronauts for a second. And we're like, what? No, they just trained for 6 hours. They don't want to be on camera. Like, let them go to the locker room and chill out or whatever. It's fine. This is already amazing. But the astronauts that were training stopped and talked to us for a little bit of time, and I didn't even know what to say. I'm like, do I pin a lav on him? What am I supposed to do? It's tough for me to get flabbergasted, and I was flabbergasted. I didn't really know how to react to that. And then we're like, please just let them go. They need to get back. Like, they've been in the suits for so long. They've got to be exhausted. And they're like, no, walk and talk with us. Like, just walk. We're walking this way. Just walk with us and keep talking. So while the astronauts are leaving the pool, we're just like casually walking next to them. And they're headed to the locker room. And we're starting to wind down the show. But we just had a couple extra minutes chatting with them as we were walking back.
I'd say that's remarkable. But it's not, because that's kind of like astronauts' mantra, right? Like, it's very special. Don't get me wrong; it's a very special experience. Yeah. But I'm not even surprised that they were, willing to conduct a little bit of outreach even after 6 hours of training, because that's what makes an astronaut, right? And that's honestly, it's part of their job. It's part of their job to do that. And nobody wants to train for 6 hours and look goofy on camera, or sweaty or what have you. But that's part of their job is the public outreach side of being an astronaut, and clearly they got the skills to pay the bills.
Do you see my body language as this shot starts to happen? I'm like, what do I do?
It looks like you're a foot out the door already. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to bother them. Just like let them go.
You're so kind. Think of it like when people come up to us when we're on the beach.
Yeah.
And we hang out and chat with them. Think of it like that. Like, we're always happy to chat with the people when they come up to them. We might be busy, we might be tired, we might be sweaty and look gross. We'll still take a selfie and hang out because we like meeting the fans. I imagine it's something similar with them, although on a much much bigger level.
Yeah. I felt bad. I wanted them to get back to the locker room, and I was like, I really don't want to bother you guys. Like, you just worked so hard in the suits, and now you're out of the suits, and I imagine you just want to, like, go back. But they took a few minutes out of their day to chat with us, and it's really freaking cool that the NBL let us be there. All the staff were so fantastic. Like, all the staff were answering questions and laughing at our jokes. Sometimes that's a bit of a stretch, I know. But they were like chucking along with us, and they didn't mind if we made a couple jokes here and there, and super safe, super serious about their jobs. But if we were like, oh yeah, what did I say at one point? Oh gosh, we were talking about drag in the water, and I was like, well, in the water you have water. And the test director looks at me like, what? And I'm like, there's water in the way. And she's like, yeah, also the water's wet. And I'm like, oh my gosh, did she just tell me the water's wet? The test director at the NBL just saw need to remind me that water's wet.
I mean, it technically isn't. It just gets things wet, but I digress.
That's what I said. That was my response. I was ready for that one, Jack. I was like,
Something
actually, is the water
just...
wet? Go sorry.
Something you also said was probably just seriously, but that's just a Dosism.
Anyways, this whole stream is also live. There's even a spoiler, not a spoiler, there's even a thing at the end. In a part of the pool, they had the Orion egress trainer, where they train how to get in and out of Orion capsule, and it's like, the full size form factor, all the hatches are the right size and the right place and stuff. But they needed to move it out of the pool. So when we were ending the show, all of a sudden we hear and the lights start to dim, and we turn around, and the bridge crane has an Orion capsule mock-up dangling from it, like going past us in the background. I'm like, what? So if you go to the end of the stream, you can see that Orion capsule being removed from the pool. By the way, this is Dom that we're talking. Yeah, there it is. There's the Orion capsule just casually going past in the background. Dom's the chief engineer at the NBL. That guy knows everything about everything, and if he doesn't have it memorized, he knows the right expert on the staff who's responsible for it and can point you in the right direction. He walked us all around the NBL the day before when we were supposed to be sort of doing a tech check, like walking to this corner, making sure that our signal worked in this corner, turn this, get in the elevator, go here. Do you want to show him this? Is this interesting to show? Like, he was giving us a tour, but while he was doing that, he explained everything that we saw about the NBL. It was absolutely nuts. It wasn't like the dime tour. It was like the $1,000 gold bullion, I don't know, tour. Some tour that has a lot more information in it. Right?
And that pool is so big that with the ISS mock-ups in there, NASA only isn't even using the whole thing. They rent part of it out, right?
Yes, the end of the pool is actually rented out to like oil and gas and energy and other commercial space companies, aerospace companies. And they have a little cordoned off area at the end where other groups can hire space to test the equipment because there's excess capacity in the pool.
I saw some people in chat grumbling like, oh, all I see is dollar signs. And it's like, hey, first off, there's that, recouping some of the investment in the facilities. And
yeah.
B, second off, whatever item we're on now, fact of the matter is, this, in my opinion anyway, is exactly the sort of thing that NASA should be doing. Building and maintaining massive facilities that literally no other company or nobody else is going to do in order to properly train and equip our people who are going to space. Like, it's just a no-brainer.
Yep. It really is. In the training that they do, when you're in space and you exit the space station, it's on you. It's not the time to make stuff up or figure things out. They train in the NBL all of the things. Jack and Sawyer, when they do a training, they start in the airlock. So it's not just, go down to where you're going to be working today and practice the task at that station. They get them on the donning stand. They lower them down. They get them to pressure. They make sure the astronauts are comfortable and everything. Then the divers move them over to a down rope, and the astronaut can sort of take themselves down the down rope to depth at a. It's actually
called a transfer rope. I'm kidding.
It's a transfer rope. It's a down roper.
It's the down roper.
It's a down roper.
And then once they get to the right depth, the divers take them over to the airlock and pack them in the airlock as if they were leaving the airlock on the ISS, and they begin their training by egressing from the airlock and then moving themselves to the right part on station as much as they can, because it's not the actual layout of the station, right, fitting in the pool. But they will, all right, I'm going to use this handheld and this handhold, and then clip here, then clip here. They practice getting to and from the work site from, that's a short timer. Is that timer right? Okay, that's better. So like all of a sudden you have 3 seconds to finish talking.
I panicked. I want you to know that I panicked.
Just exclaimed. They practice the entire thing, and at the end, it's not just like, okay, I'm done turning a wrench. Depending on the day, they could go all the way back to the airlock and get back in the airlock just like they would have to do on the ISS. Like, you practice everything. You figure out everything. Does this fit? Does this comfortable? How is the breathing? How's the cooling? Can I reach my tools? Am I clipping to the right places? Oh, I really couldn't clip to there, so I'm going to clip here instead. Yeah, that works better. Like, they do all that over and over and over again before they ever go outside for an EVA on the International Space Station. This is the stuff we've got to figure out if you ever want to live in space, right, y'all?
I love how it looks like they're walking the capsule. Like, you take your dog out, and it's just taking my Orion capsule for a walk.
They've got a tagline on it, right?
Yep.
Now it needs like puppy ears.
Puppy ears. There's you see the one in the background there? There's the mid fidelity, and there's a low fidelity in the background. That's an inversion trainer. So Orion has a couple different stable points, where it could be like stable 1 floating correctly, stable 2 floating sort of cockeye, stable 3 floating but upside down, right?
You really don't want stable 3.
You don't want stable 3.
You really don't want stable 3.
You can practice stable 3. I like the optimism there. It's like, oh, it's stable. That other one, they can pick that up and they can put it in the pool, and it's on this big jig, and they can flip the capsule to different positions that it may find itself in during recovery, and you can practice being strapped into that thing upside down, backwards as the water, you're floating in the water, and how do I get out, and which hatch do I open, and that sort of stuff to egress if I end up in stable 3. Like, you practice that over and over and over again to make sure if it ever happens, you just know what to do because you've done it lots, right? I've been running my mouth so much. Sawyer, Jack.
We're like way behind on support, so gather your thoughts some more. Take a moment. I'll run some support because I do want to make sure people know that we appreciate them.
Thank you,
basically
Jack.
Paying for us to do what we do, because there's no way that we do this otherwise.
This one, Jack, real quick, this one was a joint effort. Intrepid Museum funded part of it because it was Astro Live, and NSF funded part of it, and I funded part of it. So we did sort of a joint thing. You know, it's not the thing where we went out there to make money or pay for it or anything like that. We split up the cost, and it was split between the Intrepid Museum as their Astro Live program, and NSF footed some of the bill, and I personally footed some of the bill so that we could get this done. This should exist. It is something that should exist, and given that access, I was like, yeah, we're going to just do whatever we can to make this. It doesn't matter if it makes money. It doesn't matter if it's going to get tons of views or anything like that. Like, this should exist. So,
heck yeah, man.
sorry.
Nothing to even. No. Nothing to. I've been talking too much, but then you make a really salient point, so I'll give you slack. But no, it's that's real, you know. And we were even talking about like gear rentals and everything earlier on the stream. Like, sometimes it's not a gear rental, you know. Sometimes you just kick in your own money to make something happen because you want it to happen.
The photographers do the same thing during the flights. Like, when you rent some gear, the photographers will kick in their own money to rent gear to get the shot that they can share with you.
Yep.
I was going to say, most of us at NSF have probably done that at least once.
Oh, yeah.
Most of us probably many times. But yeah, that's why we always say, you know, the print sales make such a big difference for the photographers. John, thanks for the support. They say Jack's Rain Gear Fund. I will make sure that gets distributed to everybody that's going to be here in Starbase for NSF, because it's a big group of people this launch. Caesar is obviously here already. I'm here. D just got here yesterday. A bunch of people are going to be showing up over the next couple days. So Team NSF coming out in force. Doug Ramsey, thank you for gifting 10 Red Team memberships. Very cool of you. Terrence saying, what do we think of Raptor 320? I think that's the one that's now inside the office building. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I went searching for it last night, and it wasn't there yet. So I'll go looking for it tonight after sunset, and I'll tell you what I think in a tweet probably. Alan C, thank you for gifting 5 Red Team memberships. John, again, gifting 1 Red Team membership. Astro Toast, becoming a Red Team member. Telstar 86. Oh, I just got rid of it too fast. I'm so sorry. Oh God. Oh no. Oh, I blew it. Hey, production.
What did you do, Jack?
Hey, I clicked the thing, twice accidentally because I was impatient, and then
It
it
went
went
away.
away. Yeah, so I lost Telstar 86's thing.
Fix it,
I'm sorry,
Jay.
Telstar 86.
Fix it, Jay.
Fix it. Fix it. Drew Nar, thank you for the support. They say Jack's pool floaties fund in case it rains. Again, I'll distribute the pool floaty fund among the the people that need it. Let's see. Bideford, $30 super. Thank you so much, Bideford. They say, show it now, pretty please. I suspect that was about the patch.
It was about the patch. We got the spoiler to the patch, and we'll see what we could do. I don't want to run roughshod. I've already run roughshod over it by doing the stack of patches gag and then releasing the
I've thought
redacted.
about wearing the patch shirt and doing that exact same thing where it's blurred, and like tweeting it. But I was too much of a wuss. Like I applaud your mettle. Like you really went for it on that one.
Also, I've been
Jeff
seeing
Frishoff-
people do the screenshots of putting it in the Taylor Swift album announcement.
Oh no.
Nice. Russell Snodgrass with $100 super just now. Russell, legend.
Good
Legend.
grief.
I don't know that I've ever seen Russell do a super that wasn't 100, which is mind-bending in and of itself. I'm sure it's happened. Either way, it doesn't have to be 100, it doesn't have to be 1, it doesn't have to be any amount of money, but that is extraordinary. Thank you so much, Russell. Now and always, in the past, in the future, in perpetuity, throughout dimensions known or unknown.
Known or
Thank you,
unknown.
Russell.
And we get to
That's
hear
how
Jack
it goes,
say your
right? That's
name.
the Bideford again with another 30 saying, seriously, no stream tomorrow? Really? Must have show it. I think they're talking about the patch still. Well,
Get it sorted.
yeah. Roseanne DeVasto, another name we see pop up all the time. They say, thanks for sharing this experience.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Roseanne again saying, thanks, Forrest. The NSF option. I think maybe that's a typo. But thank you, Roseanne. Always see your name pop up. Mr. Fluffy, thank you. No ship roll today.
Thanks for the NSF option where you just do at NSF instead of at NASA Spaceflight typed out. That's what I had to look at it, and then I was like, that's probably what it is. Sorry.
Now, the number of times I'm like trying to read support, but I like don't brain the thing, it's quite frequent. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Mr. Fluffy, thanks for the support. No roll. That's correct. And we're expecting roll tomorrow. No bacon for Mr. Yak. I disagree. I made 2 pounds yesterday, and D and I have been feasting on it.
Why would
Wait,
there
so
be
if there's no
bacon?
roll, then you
Bacon for
can't have a
Mr.
bacon
Yak?
sandwich.
Make any sense?
Bacon
A
sandwich.
roll, like bread.
Yeah. No, I'm in. I'm sold. John, thanks
a
for
bit of a
gifting
stretch.
10 red team memberships.
That's
I'm going to need... Oh, dang it, Sawyer.
What?
I was about to do a stretch pun, but Sawyer was just like on it.
Sorry, it's dangerous how fast they pop into my head.
No, I
Sawyer-
fell riding my skateboard earlier, and I'm really going to need
wow.
to stretch my shoulder
Ooh.
because it's hurting. That's what I was going to... Yeah, I got some rash on me. But Sawyer beat me to it.
Sawyer, how's the posture police?
I haven't seen that much, so I guess I'm doing good.
You doing good? All right, cool.
I guess. I don't know. I've noticed myself slumping more as we get along. So apparently Sawyer TE is the command.
Sawyer TE.
Nice. We got a Nightbot command for it. Perfect.
Yes, it's Sawyer TE.
Couple more here. Bacon Warrior 750 gifting 5 red team memberships. Amazing. Also, maybe the best name that I've seen. Craig, thanks for
Choose
grabbing
favorites.
the logo sticker sheet. They said, came here for the Flight 10 patch, and all I got was these lousy stickers. Thanks, DOS. Frankly. That's amazing. I love that they went on the store thinking maybe it would be there on like a soft launch or like an accidental page.
I bet
but
they searched for it or something. They're like,
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes if I search
Which
for
is
it, it
actually
comes up.
a really smart thing to do because you never know when it is going to actually populate.
Most of the time when we prep something in the store but we don't release it yet, there is a small window where if you search for it, you can find it.
There's going to be people that have like the Chrome extension thing that like tells them every time the store is updated,
Oh,
so they can be
jeez.
like, patch! Like it's gonna happen.
It's
gonna
like
happen.
a Discord bot that notifies at everyone when the patch drops.
You joke, but I bet pizza has already made it.
We're gonna have to obfuscate it. We're gonna give it like a code name that you don't know what to search for. It doesn't say patch or 10 or whatever.
Right.
You have to search for like bacon bananas or something, and that's what
Right.
makes it
Or
come up.
Ship
Just like
36
an
just blew up. Oh, pause, my God.
Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say just an indecipherable string of text, but I like yours better, Sawyer. Oh, is that the crane with the lifting sling-a-majig?
We're looking at the top of it, but I wonder if it's got something down low.
Well, the hook is down. It looks like it's
Yeah.
got something on it, and that's typically
Fred.
one of those cranes that they would use for the. So there's like a sling they attach to the payload bay door opening, and then they like slide the dummy links in. It's like an interim solution, right, until they start using the box. But I don't think they can use the box in this orientation. The ship has to be 180.
It did the DVD logo off the top of the door, and it's going back down again. Just wait for it.
Or
Entire
until
crowd cheers.
they actually come up with a method that works for payload deploy. Oops, sorry, did I say that?
Also, yes.
We're all fans of seeing Starlinks come out so that our flight patch, which one was it? Yes, our flight patch 8 is actually accurate to the truth.
Right. Man, now all I can think about is that DVD screen. Can we get an NSF like technical difficulty screen where it's just the
It's
NSF
just the
logo?
logo. You wait for it to go right to the corner, and then everybody cheers.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's when Starship launches. When it finally hits the corner, that's when Starship launches.
Nice.
Changes color every time it bounces. Oh my God. Where were we? Oh yeah, Kip Sheena Kip. Thank you for upgrading to a Red Team membership.
Jeez.
Shazbert Todbot. Thank you as well. They say I received my Shrug Patch and Rescue Patch sticker a day apart. I own all the
Cool.
patches so far. Just waiting for Patch 10 to complete the set. That's amazing, Shazbert.
Nice.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad we did the patch rescue mission rescue patch.
Jack, that was too much fun. Like the whole thing was too much fun. I could every time I got a chance, I was like, well, I have meetings, but I'm gonna put Jack and Dan up on the screen over here so I can watch.
It was good times. If you don't know what we're talking about, Dan and I did a patch rescue membership stream. We drove for 3 days. We streamed for 3 days. It was wild.
Yeah.
But it's ephemeral. Those driving streams are typically ephemeral. So
Yeah.
sorry. I don't mean to like tease something that you can't go back and rewatch, but we do those from time to time. And they are really fun. And just yet another perk of the membership program is those fun sort of one-off kind of deals that we do. Roseanne, thank you. They say, I remember Oh no,
Put it on screen, and I'll try and help.
Yeah, no, go, Sawyer. It's all you.
You got it, Sawyer?
It's the opposite of anti-disestablishmentarianism, but I've never seen this one before, so there's no words on it, and we need to do it live.
Anticipatory centerism?
Anticipate? Oh, it's anticipate.
The C's throw me off there.
Anticipatic.
Oh,
Anticipatic.
Mentoricentrism.
Mentoricentrism? I have no clue.
Anticipatic mentoricentrism. That's a good one.
That's what I would go for. Did we get the pronunciation correct?
Probably not.
Do we get a cookie if we got it right? Also, Roseanne had a follow-up super that said spelling question mark?
Spelling question mark? Nice.
Last couple. Rankley, thanks for the $10 tip. Tips really do mean a lot because they come straight to us, and we know it's extra effort, so thank you for that.
They don't go through any other networks that take a cut. Like if you use the tips.nasaspaceflight.com, it like comes straight to us.
Right.
Sorry, Jack.
They say phenomenal NBL stuff, DOS and crew, space is hard, places like this make it much easier. Couldn't agree more.
Thank you.
John W., thanks for the support. Telstar86, they say, Jack, I forgive you for skipping me. Thank you, buddy. Fletcher Boy, thank you for the support. They say, a small token of my appreciation for what NSF does. A $50 super. Thank you so much.
Small.
Do you make
It's
arrows?
small.
That's what a Fletcher does, right? They make arrows?
think
BMAT,
so.
thank you for the support, I hope.
Normally.
They say, thank you so much for the coverage. Drunar wants the NSF screen, and Dirthamer21 says, Bacon Fun for Flight 10. Thank you all so much.
Is that what we're doing, Jack? Are we saying Flight 10? We're not saying Flight X?
I was about to ask.
I'm saying 10. I'm sorry.
Saying 10. Sawyer?
I mean,
but it's SpaceX for. It just feels like the X should be there. Like,
not.
and if you're gonna do it, the X should be the same X as in the SpaceX logo with the little swoop in it. So it should be Flight X with the swoop SpaceX thing.
okay, if it had the actual SpaceX Swoop X, then I would call it Flight X. But it doesn't have that, and I'm a Mac user. All the Windows users in chat are like, "Oh, it's stupid." Yeah, have fun. I'm glad you're having fun with your thing. It's Mac OS 10. It's never been Mac OS. Anytime you meet
It's
someone
got an X.
and they say Mac OS X, you're like, "You're not a real Mac user. You said X." So yeah, I'm gonna.
It's like the VAB.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
It's like the VAB.
Right. Canonically in the. Oh God, D's. Oh God, D's. Oh God, no, go away.
How about we call it Flight Twitter instead of Flight X? There we go.
Flight X.
Twitter. Jay just break in to say Flight X.
Yeah, it's Flight X.
It's 10.
It's the flight previously. Jack, I feel like you should have to say Flight Roman numeral 10 if that's what you want.
I'm fine with that.
There's a poll.
Oh.
There's now a poll.
What's the poll say?
Name it.
Only 130 votes in, but Flight 10 is winning
Flight
over
10.
Flight X by about 2/3.
Hey.
All right. Either way.
Now I feel like as soon as I take this headset off, I'm gonna get yelled at by D for my incorrect Apple takes.
I think we did get through all of the thanks?
Yeah, one just
Chris,
came
I was
in.
leaning forward to read
Who's
the
one?
poll, okay?
We got to give some time for the poll numbers to come in.
Lady May 42.
can't,
Thank you.
Prematurely jump on the exit poll there. Go, Jack. Sorry.
No, that's it. Lady May 42. Thank you so much. We're glad you got the rescue patch shirt. It was a fun thing. It was a fun time. We all enjoyed it. Hey, there's 5 minutes on the timer.
There's 5 minutes on the timer. What does that mean?
It means
Is it going to go ding when we're supposed to be done?
Sawyer might.
Sawyer might go ding.
What?
You're very punctual.
Oh,
You're
jeez.
super punctual. If we don't hit the timer, you call it out. So like you
Call it out.
I was a TV news producer. It's called a hard out, where you
I'm
absolutely
sorry.
have to be out by said time, or else whatever you still said on the air is going to get cut off. So I'm sorry. It's the old TV producer brain in me.
That sounds like the best time to release your true feelings if it's going to get cut off.
You know what I
So
really
you know what I think?
This is a countdown
this
to when we
portion-
can really tell you what we think.
Yeah, you know what I really think? I think that this has been brought to you by Law & Law, the law firm.
Yeah, right.
Novatech, like.
It's my Starship. Launch it now.
Wait, real quick. What did y'all see on the Raptor video? The video sponsor was actually Novatech that makes like high-tech load cells for aerospace and like F1 and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I
don't know.
I read
Go,
the
Jack.
comments. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I read the comments and I saw people saying things like, "Whoa, unexpected sponsor, but that's cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, that is cool. Space hardware."
It's like miscellaneous mobile game or whatever. Like here's socks you can buy or whatever. And it's like, what? On this channel we advertise load cells.
All about it.
It's actually really cool, honestly.
That is a
For
cool
all your
sponsor.
load cell needs.
For all your load cell needs. So we are coming up on the end of the show here. Of course, coming up next, we've got This Week in Spaceflight. It needs a little bit more time in the oven, but the oven is about to go ding, and it will subject you to that countdown, the wonderful premiere countdown. Who knows what we'll get this time? It'll be interesting.
Hey,
Join us to find out.
Some of them slap.
Some of them slap, and some of them get slapped, I guess.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know if that's how you're supposed to say that. But in any event, appreciate y'all hanging out with us here. Things we talked about really quickly. We will be around for Starship Flight 10/X/Roman numeral X/ whatever you want to call it. We are going to have a full day of streaming covering that for you. Still looks like it's on for this Sunday. Flight's going to be 6:30, or the window opens for the flight at 6:30 p.m. local time. And did I get that right? Local time?
Yep.
Is that Eastern time?
Local.
I think it's local time. Yeah, okay. So we will be around for that. If you want to make sure that you're hanging out with us for that, make sure you like and subscribe and ring the bell or whatever the kids are doing these days. Also, be on the lookout for some member content. We'll be posting some stuff in the member program back behind. If you want to keep up and not miss anything, but you can't be on YouTube or you're not on Discord or whatever 24/7, make sure you hit the socials. We're on like every regular social media network. We're over on X. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. I don't want to say we're on TikTok. I think we might be, but I don't want to say it.
We are
We're
Threads
just-
as well.
We're on Threads. We're all the places that you might choose to get your social media. We want you to be able to keep up with stuff. So all of those different places, NSF has a presence so that you don't miss anything. Let's go ahead and get through this here. Big thanks at the beginning to the production team for all of the hard work they put in successfully here at the end of the show and over the course of the show. Jay producing today, Carson helping, and Kevin always making the lights playing in the right order. Appreciate y'all. Sawyer, thank you so much for being on the stream and listening to me talk too much.
Are you kidding me? I love that. The stories are great on this. So it was great to be here, everyone. Thanks for having me on. And thank you for keeping my posture straight. I appreciate it.
Nice. All right. It's Sawyer Rosenstein, everybody. Always a fantastic time to have Sawyer on the show. Also out from Starbase, Mr. Jack Beyer. Thank you so much, dude.
Of course, yeah, it's going to be a really good one. You know, I don't want to say Flight 10's make or break because it's not break really, but it needs to go well. Stuff needs to go well. This thing needs to work.
Yeah.
SpaceX needs to get on with the program, and I think we're all very excited to see that happen. Hopefully as soon as Sunday. But yeah, thanks everybody.
That is the entire thing. Again, at the end of the show, think clear thoughts. Hope that we get good weather for Sunday. Think clear thoughts all day long, because I don't want to be out first thing in the morning getting like thunderstormed on while we're trying to put out cameras for you, and then it clears up later in the day. I'd like the entire day to be clear for us, but y'all know what to do. Just hope that we get some clear thoughts here for the next show. Finally, for the membership program, make sure you give some thanks to the flight engineers and the flight directors. We've got folks that are down in the Discord where you can join us if you're Capcom or above, if you're flight engineers or flight. Do we still have the graphic that comes up, or the graphic, the text got so small, I don't even know if we show it anymore. But across the board, we appreciate all your support and what you do. Everybody that supported us today, thank you so much. Let's send it over to This Week in Spaceflight.
So about those launch dates, I think that may delay a bit.
Propulsion continues to be nominal.
RCPA chamber pressure looks good.
Rolling up. Roger, with planet.
Tango down to nominal.
Flighting down to SPE off. SPE off. Off. It's orange.
R45. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Decollage. What is it? Put that in the big bag, you know.
343 unfolds to go.
Indeed.
We rise together back to the moon and beyond.
The methane will be igniting in the flare, correct?
Ship 36 just blew up.
Yikes.